as possible. That is along with me other stalwarts, Mr. Ravi Kumar. Now he is, even though he is out of the training system, he is in head office. He has become, all of you are aware, he has become scale 4 and he is in a section in head office. He'll be joining with us after some time, maybe next week. And then Mr. Saukar, all of you are aware, retired DGM, another stalwart, and other regular, some 2-3 divisional managers who are heading RAH or MSME Sulabs in our system. They will also be having joining with us, and Madam Parmeshwari, retired DM, will be joining with us today afternoon. So a long chain of classes have been arranged. Try to take advantage. Over and above that, if I am correct, tomorrow I was told that the nurture program is being that is started by CIBM Manipal. So wherever possible, try to attend the classes. The more and more classes you attend, the more and more benefits you will gain. Okay, sir. So now we will go to the presentation. Simultaneously, I will alternately go to the PDF file and we will discuss the questions also. So these are all the important, that is policy circulars for the current year. That is delegation of credit sanctioning power 258/2025, credit policy, that latest, all these things from 1/4/2025. I made to see the another consolidated circular. 223/2025 credit policy, credit risk management policy is available in 215. Credit review and monitoring policy 28/2025, policy on loan recovery and OTS. This separately I will be covering maybe a session some other time. Policy number 25. And then there is a consolidated circular on valuation that has come 211/2025. Both your fixed assets and then stocks, inventory, etc., etc. So wherever changes have come in these places, we will try to cover. And wherever some existing things or policies required to also to be discussed from the exam point of view, that also we will discuss today, sir. Now I am starting with the legal scrutiny report, the LSR. In the last 1 or 2 years, including the current year, there are some changes have come in the legal scrutiny report obtention. So all of us are aware the panel valuer gives the legal scrutiny report before you mortgage a property for any type of loan. So wherever the value of the property is 5 crores and above, we know 2 different LSRs, legal scrutiny reports, to be obtained from 2 different panel advocates. A LSR to contain a certificate about the SARFAESI search details as per 8/2023. Already it is in place. That is, he has to visit the SARFAESI site and say that there is no prior charge created over this property. Then some of the sub-registrar office, that is, whenever the LSR is given by the panel advocate, he has to give a certificate that I visited the sub-registrar office. I have gone through the last registered document. A copy of the document is also attached along with the LSR he has to give. In some of the sub-registrar office, the visit of the panel advocate has been dispensed with physical verification. In such cases, he has to log in online and he has to see the latest document and take a copy of that. And he has to give a certificate in LSR that is accordingly, appropriately changed the wording he has given as per HO Circular 361/2024. Then the latest Circular 240/2025, which has come in the current year, from 1/7/2025, all the LSRs are to be duly signed with Class 3 digital signatures only from 1/7/2025. LSR from 1/5/2025 to contain unique land parcel identification number in states where ULPIN number is made mandatory. That is in your 251/2025. The format of the revised LSR and checklist and approval format is being revised in HO Circular 251/2025. For new mortgage-based credit proposals, branches officers shall generate covering letter to the advocate for requesting LSR mandatorily from the labs package. Okay, that is one more change that has come in 251. And then you also aware with regard to LSR, supplementary LSR, we have got in 483/2025. Wherever the exposures to a party, so up to as already the party is having an exposure and we want to give additional exposure, because of the additional exposure, the total exposure does not exceed 2 crores and above. So less than 2 crores. So if the exposure comes less than 2 crores, then in that case, that is we have to, that is while permitting sanctioning additional exposure up to 2 crores, including the proposed exposure, the borrowers against the existing mortgage properties, branch officials shall obtain supplementary LSR from a panel advocate other than the one who had originally given the LSR and ensure perfection of securities. All of us are aware for 2 crores and above, we have pre-release audit. So last year in 856 or 864/2024, the pre-release audit exposure has reduced from 3 crores and above to 2 crores and above. So less than 2 crores, what to be done whenever there is additional, that is exposure is required, sanctioning additional exposure, wherever the properties are mortgaged. Now 483/2025 says, so wherever additional exposures are given, and when the total exposure is continues to be below 2 crores, then we have to go in for a supplementary LSR. The panel advocate who has not given the earlier LSR has to give the supplementary LSR. Now let us quickly go through the questions related to LSR. These are the probable thing I have made in this presentation. Question number 1, which see last year, I think yesterday, I also saw in the group for promotions for scale to 4-5, Mr. Ravi Kumar from head office has posted last year's recalled questions or recollected questions. When you go through those questions, you will have seen many questions odd man out. Odd man out, odd man out. Sir, odd man out is nothing but which is not correct. So there are possibilities of asking the question which is correct, which is not correct. Tick the odd man out. So tick the odd man out means which is not in the circular, which is not in our policy, which is not correct. Instead of using the word which is not correct, they are using the word which is the odd man out. Okay, so now so wherever it is a negative question, that is odd man out or which is not correct, tick the odd man out. All those things, the negative points, they put in bold letter. You see, I have made it here in the presentation. So which is the odd man or which is not correct? The question may be which is not correct or which is the odd man with regard to legal scrutiny report. So our options are given here. Value of the property is 5 crores and above. 2 LSRs from 2 different panel valuers have to be taken. Yes, all of us are aware. LSR with effect from 1/7/2025 to be digitally signed with Class 3 digital certificate. That is also correct. While permitting additional exposure up to and including rupees 2 crores, supplementary LSR to be obtained from a panel advocate other than the one who had given the original LSR. LSR from 1/5/2025 to contain unique land parcel identification number in states where ULP, so I should have made it ULPI number. ULPIN number is mandatory, none of these, which is the odd man out according to you. So according to me, point number C is the odd man out, which is not in the circular. What the point number C reads according to the presentation you see. While permitting additional exposure up to and including 2 crores. So it is not including 2 crores because for 2 crores and above, we have pre-release audit. Okay, so the statement in this sentence, if you see, if you just go through this sentence, you will understand that all are correct, none of these. So no one is the odd man out, we would have ticked E. But if you go through in between the lines, you can understand while permitting additional exposure up to and including 2 crores, it is only up to 2 crores. That means less than 2 crores. 2 crores and above, we are having pre-release audit. So for question number 1, the odd man out is answer is C. For question number 1, odd man out is answer C. Whenever which is not correct, which is the odd man, if we take, we should also know the correct answer. For example, here in question number C, had they used the word while permitting additional exposure up to rupees 2 crores. Then supplementary LSR, then in that case, that sentence is correct. Then you should have given the answer E, none of these. But here, since up to and including 2 crores is given, so we have to select with point number C is not in our circular, which is the odd man out. Okay, sir, that is one question I have made with regard to LSR. These questions and answers are only to give a confidence on us. So we should thoroughly know the subject. Okay, we'll go to the next, sir, next point. So, as per HO Circular 715/2024, gold loan to employees for personal consumption has been introduced by the bank. Already, all of us are aware there is a gold loan for agricultural purposes for employees. That also we will discuss here because when the personal consumption, if the examiner sees the agriculture also, then questions may come from there also. So we will cover both. So gold loan can be given to employees for personal consumption. That has come in last year, 715/2024. There is a lot of demand from the employees. So bank has kind enough to introduce the policy. Before that, we had a gold loan for to employees for agricultural purposes wherever certain conditions are fulfilled. Those things we will see today. Gold loan employees for personal consumption. Product code 3028 and scheme code 3001. So suppose they may, which is the odd man out. gold loan for employees, agriculture purpose product code. That is the general purpose product code, which is the odd man out. So tick the correct answer. So that is why I given the product code also. Maybe for scale to 4, if it is not asked, for 2 to 3, 1 to 2, these questions may be asked. So product code we should know. Wherever a new scheme is introduced in the bank, I observed the previous circulars indicates. So wherever the circular says a new scheme introduced and code numbers and all is given, there is a chance for the examiner to ask the code of that particular product also. That is why I have specifically put over that. Product code 3028, scheme code 3001, and it is available only for the confirmed employees of the bank. The minimum amount for consumption purpose is 25,000, maximum in quantum depending upon the grade of the employee, scale in which he is working. Substaff or office assistants will get 1 lakh maximum. 1.50 is the CSAs. Now we call them as CSAs. Then scale 1 maximum 2 lakhs, scale 2 2.5, scale 3 3 lakhs, scale 4 4 lakhs, scale 5 that is it should be 5 to 7. I made it sorry, scale 5 is 4 lakhs again. Scale 4 and scale 5 maximum is 4 lakhs. Scale 6 to 7, the maximum amount of gold loan for personal consumption is rupees 5 lakhs. So what is the LTV ratio? So what is the maximum loan you can give for the personal consumption? Only 65% of the appraised value will be the loan quantum. You know, for agriculture, for Swarna loan, etc. Various criteria is there. As far as the employee's loan is concerned, maximum for consumption purpose, maximum we can give 65% of the appraised value will be the loan quantum. The LTV ratio is 75%. The interest rate is ongoing RLLR. So this slide, first slide indicates, so we'll continue with the second slide also. Interest is monthly rest compounded. Repayment period maximum 12 months from the date of sanction as bullet repayment along with interest. RO head, you know, most of the cases now RO head has become the sanctioning authority for employees loan. So RO head in individual capacity, no RO head is CAC, it is only in individual capacity. Suppose if they put, so who has to sanction? So various options are given. RO head is CAC, AGM CAC, RO head, like that you put, you have to take the correct answer. RO head, individual capacity. RO head is the sanctioning authority. Loan can be applied at any branch of the bank. So we should, as the sanctioning authority, we should not get any doubt when an employee approaches for a gold loan in any branch of the bank, wherever, whether salary is credited or not. So the loan can be sanctioned. In TH, 25%. Notionally, you have to take the EMI. Any number of loans can be availed by the employees within the overall quantum. Last year, you know, after the employee closes the DPN, earlier 1 year time he cannot avail again. Now last year the circular it has underwent a change. So immediately on closure of a DPN, he can avail another DPN loan. Similarly, any number of loans can be availed by the employee within the overall quantum, which we have seen in the previous slide. Now, only appraisal charges as per Swarna loan to be collected, no other charges. So suppose, so that means here we should go and see what is the appraisal charges for Swarna loan, because the question may be for employees gold loan for consumption purposes, which is not correct with regard to appraiser charges. They may give there the actual appraiser charges. That means I should be thorough with the Swarna loan, the appraiser charges. So examiner, maybe when you come for the higher grade of exam, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, etc. Here in the circular says Swarna loan, then we should also know what is appraisal charges for Swarna loan. Okay. Penal charges, that also we should know as applicable to Swarna. Please apply your mind and go through these circulars also. Next class, I will also go through and make it available. Loan sanctioned in a quarter to be reappraised before the end of the next quarter by the panel appraiser. Okay. Now, this is gold loan to consumption purpose. Now, as gold loan to staff for agriculture purposes, it is touched upon HO Circular 735/2024, and from the manual also I have taken, which is not covered in 735/2024. Employees can avail the gold loan up to 3 lakhs for crop cultivation purpose and up to 5 lakhs for land development purpose. So, if it is crop cultivation, agricultural gold loan 3 lakhs we can give, and land development case up to 5 lakhs we can give. So in HO Circular 735/2024, they have introduced new product codes. That's why I have brought this circular. So since gold loan for employees has come this year, maybe around your last year exam. So now the concepts, because probability of asking the questions are there. So I have clubbed both. So gold loan for consumption purpose and gold loan for agriculture purpose, because agriculture purpose, they introduced a new product code 3024, 3025 and 3026. Okay, we should also that is know these product codes. Then what is the purpose for sanctioning a gold loan for the employee? And what are all the conditions are required? For crop cultivation, 3 lakhs maximum, other land development activity maximum 5 lakhs. So what are all the conditions? It should be for development purposes or for cultivation purpose. Purchase of tractor, power tillers, bullock carts, if loan required for plowing of lands and transport of produce. No loan for agriculture to be availed like allied activities. So no loan to be given to the employee under agriculture gold loan for allied activities like dairy, poultry, and for the construction of the farmhouse, etc. It is only for a land development or it is for crop cultivation. Land should have been inherited and it should not have been acquired by anybody. If the land is allotted by the government, it should have been before joining the bank. Hired laborers or family members to take care. The loan can be given only to the confirmed employees of the bank. Then what is a quantum? What is a security norm? Quantum, security norm, interest, margin, repayment, etc. as applicable to gold loan to general customers, agricultural gold loan. GL for crop purposes, already we have seen maximum 3 lakhs and land development purposes 5 lakhs. We should not give for allied activity. Branch in charges up to the delegated powers can sanction the loan. Branch in charges up to the delegated powers. That's what your manual on staff loan other than housing loan talks about gold loan to employees. Let's quickly go through the questions. Let's quickly go through the question. Whether any question is there, we see, because for all the topics I have not made the question. What is the correct guideline? That means correct guideline means which is in the circular, which is in our policy. What is the correct guideline? As per HO Circular 715/2024 and 735/2024 in respect of gold loan to employees. So, friends, 715 talks about gold loan for consumption purpose, which was introduced last year, 715/2024, and 735, the new product codes introduced for gold loan to agriculture gold loans to employees. Okay. For the purpose of personal consumption, product code is 3028 and scheme code is 3001. Okay, I think that is we are correct on this point. Anyhow, I will again check it, sir. We'll again check for product code and this one. So yes, 3028 and 3011, correct. So point number 1 is correct. For purpose of personal consumption, product code is 3028 and scheme code is 3001. 65% appraised value will be loan quantum for personal consumption, correct. 75% is the LTV ratio. Rupees 3 lakhs for crop cultivation and for land development activities can be given to employees. Yes, agricultural gold loan, that is also correct. C, interest rate is prevailing RLLR for personal consumption. That is correct. For agricultural gold loan, as applicable to the customer scheme. Whatever you are having for RLLR or MCLR, I think whatever is plus or minus, that should go in for your agricultural gold loan to employees. For personal consumption, minimum amount to be available is 25,000. Yes, correct. The minimum amount, and then maximum how much they can allow. Substaff 1 lakh, that is OA office assistant 1 lakh, and CSA 1.50 lakh, scale 4 lakhs, like that we saw, no? But in all the cases, all the employees have to avail minimum 25,000. So A to D all are correct. So sir, as per this,
1 minute, sir. GS is joining.
Okay. So what I should do now? I should reduce it.
No. Let it be there. Once he joins, he may address us.
Okay. I have to wait now.
He is trying to join.
Okay.
Sir, please continue, sir. You continue. If he is joining, I will tell you once again.
Okay.
So somebody is asking about where to get the PPT. Materials will be shared in our groups, so you can download. Since it is the first class, we could not upload before the class could commence. Henceforth, it will be uploaded even before the session starts, the question paper and all. All the materials will be shared to you. Whatever sir is sharing, it will be shared to you. It will be made available in our promotion groups.
Yes, sir. All these question paper along with answers also will be made uploaded wherever the organizers are uploading. They will be uploading the PowerPoint presentation also will be uploaded. Anybody wants personally also they can give this request to me. That also will be make available. But go through the always keep in touch till the exam is over. The CBOA website. All these materials they will be uploading over there. So this paper with the answer also I will make available to you. Since the answer is not important, boys and girls, the importance is with regard to the understanding the subject, because questions examiner depending upon the subject he can ask any question. These are all the questions I felt options, so I have made from the various subjects. Okay, so for question number 2, if you see point number A to point number D, all the 4 points are available in 715/2024 as well as 735/2024, and also the employees housing loans to employees other than housing loan manual also. These things are available. So answer is E. A to D all are correct. Now we will go to the presentation. So we have seen gold loan to employees, agriculture purpose and consumption purpose. So last year, I think this question was not there. There is a pause because last year it was the fag end of your examination. These circulars have been introduced by the bank. So possibility of asking questions from these. That is why I have covered circulars from October 2024. Okay, sir. Good. Now, so valuation. Ladies and gentlemen, last time when we went for the exam, the valuation available consolidated circular was available in HO Circular 801/2023. So some changes have been made in between, and all those consolidated circular on valuation of property, both fixed assets and movable assets, as well as your stock, inventory, etc., has been incorporated in HO Circular 211/2025. A voluminous circular gives in detail all the guidelines. Wherever some changes are there, wherever things are to be possible from the examination point of view, I have made the presentation. Accordingly, 2-3 questions also I have made. Okay, so let's quickly go through the presentation. Then we'll go to the question part. It is the practice of the bank to appoint more than one valuer in respect of valuation of assets having high value. All of us are aware. So wherever the value of the property is rupees 5 crores and above, originally it was 20 crores, then it was reduced to 5 crores. Maybe 2 years, 3 years back, it was 2 years back. If I am correct, in 2024, it was brought down to 5 crores and above. So, whenever the value of the property is 5 crores and above, there should be 2 different LSRs. Similarly, when the value of the property is 5 crores and above, there should be 2 different panel valuation report from 2 different panel valuers. In the case of SARFAESI also, whenever the original value of the property is 5 crores and above, you have to get valuation from 2 SARFAESI approved valuers. In all the cases, it has been made 5 equally now. Okay. It is the practice of the bank to appoint more than one valuer in respect of valuation of assets having high value. What is high value as far as Canara Bank is concerned? Rupees 5 crores and above. Bank shall obtain minimum 2 independent valuation reports from 2 empaneled valuers in respect of loan accounts where the value of the individual property, land and building obtained as collateral for the loan is rupees 5 crores and above, when the value differs. 5 crores and above. So 2 valuations we are going to take, as per the scheme. One valuation giving one amount, another valuation is giving another amount. When the valuation differs, what we have to do? So that is told in this circular. Okay, when the valuation differs. Now, generally, valuation we go for, while sanctioning the loan, we go in for the market value. When we go for SARFAESI, we go in for the distressed sale value, etc., etc. When you sanction a loan or when you go for additional enhancement, etc., we will see the market value given by the panel valuer normally. So the panel valuer justifies and gives in the valuation report what is the fair market value of the property. There are some valuers, they will justify, they will say fair market value I am not taking, I am taking the guideline value. So he gives a justification for that. So whenever the valuation reports comes, one person gives, both the persons gives fair market value, no issue. Both the persons gives guidelines value, no issue. In that case also, if there is different, what to be done? Whereas one valuer gives fair market value, another valuer gives the guideline value as the basis for this property, then the sanctioning authority has to satisfy why one person has taken the guideline value, whereas another person has taken the market value. Let's assume you got satisfied yourself. Okay, the valuations are correct. He has taken the guideline value for some reason. He has taken the market value. Now you are now when the difference is there in the valuation.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Ah.
Amartya, sir, you can
Huh?
You can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Sir, GS is joining.
Okay.
Amartya, you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Sir, just 1 minute, sir. We are observing one silence over here, and then we will hand over to GS, sir.
So GS is in one of the meetings there. So you'll be joining, sir. Am I audible, sir?
He is joining now?
Yeah, he is joining now.
Okay.
Action.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, our Jagannath sir is handling today's session.
Okay.
Sir, on
Jagannath, sir, good
behalf
morning.
of CBOA participants, I welcome you for this session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Most beloved Jagannath ji.
Thank you,
and
sir.
Mr.
Good morning.
Krishnan. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Very nice to see you after a long time.
Sir, about 850 participants have joined.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So more to
850
join.
participants.
Yeah.
And I wish all of you very good luck. As CBOA, we will explore all the possibilities of providing you with the material support, both from faculties and from us, so that you come off with flying colors. And I wish you all the very best. Do well. Please do not learn only with the perspective of the exam. I kindly request you to learn keeping in mind the future of all of you. Knowledge is something that we should be able to gain on day-to-day basis. Wish you all the very best. I deeply congratulate Shri Anantakrishnan ji and other coordinators for organizing such a good training program for all our brothers and sisters. Wish you all the very best. I will try to see you, all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Na. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amartya ji.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'll mute these. Sir, please, sir.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, so dear participants, as the General Secretary of CBO has told, so this the preparation what I have made is not only from the examination point of view, for your day-to-day working also. So my tagline I have written there: learn to lead. Okay, so the learn to lead. Okay, this year I generally used to put with best wishes from L. Jagannath. So I thought I put one more tagline for my presentation. I call it as learn to lead, not only from the examination point of view, for our day-to-day, for as GS told, for the future also. Okay, sir, good. So now we have been talking about that is valuation. When the valuation differs, either the basis of the valuation is the same or the basis of the valuation is different. So whenever valuation differs, what to be done? The 211/2025 says even your 801/2023 also was telling like that. So let's assume the basis for the valuation is the same. Oh, sorry. Let's first take basis for the valuation is different. One gentleman is giving market value, one gentleman is giving guideline value. When the basis for the valuation is different,
Sir, your share screen is not visible. Can you try?
Why?
Once again, please try, sir.
This is visible?
Somebody's screen is getting visible.
No, this this is visible for you?
Yeah, now it is visible, sir.
Okay, for others also visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So first ascertain where, so suppose let us assume the valuations or basis are different. One is talking about market value, one is talking about the guideline value. Okay, you satisfied, sanctioning authority satisfied, okay, we can take. In such cases, if the basis for the valuation is different, So take the average of both the valuation to determine about the value of the security. If the basis for the valuation is different, then average of both the valuations ought to be taken into account to arrive at the notional value of the property. That is the first with regard to when the basis for valuation is different. And if your sanctioning authority is satisfied, it is okay. Then take the average of both the valuations. If the basis of the valuation is the same, both the gentlemen are giving only the fair market value. When the valuation is the same, and if there is a difference in valuation, we have to see what is the difference in the valuation. If the difference in the valuation is within 15%, 15%. So the difference between this valuation and that one is giving 100 crores, another is giving 105 crores. So if the difference between the two valuation is within 15%, then take the average valuation. No valuation, no question of taking a lower value, higher value. When the difference in the valuation, when the basis for the valuation is the same and different in the valuation is within 15%, take the average valuation to fix the value of the property which is taken as collateral for our loan. So if the basis is the same, market value both are taken, but if the value of the property 1% to another person differs more than 15%, then which one to take? Then bank has to. Then bank will get the value of the property from an empaneled A category valuer and the lowest of the three to be taken into account. That means, so when the basis for the valuation is the same and one person is, the difference is more than 15%, then we won't go by taking the lower valuation. We have to find out why one person is giving more than 15% when the basis is the same. Then we have to get the property to be valued by a empaneled A category valuer. Take the three valuation. Out of the three, the lowest to be taken into account. Then who has to bear the cost of the third valuation? Because in our key fact statement, we have told 5 crores and above, we go for two valuation only. So our panel valuer has given a different valuation. So when the values, then A category value we have to employ. So cost of that valuation to be borne by the bank only. Then bank to examine the valuation of the highest one and call for explanation, and the explanation is not satisfactory, then bank has to take steps to be taken from the deletion from the panel. So that is with regard to when the value of the property differs and basis is the same and basis is different. Last year one question was asked for 3 to 4. Mr. Uday, who was heading earlier CLDC Chennai, now he's the division manager somewhere in some MSME Sulabh. He told me the answer. He told me the question, sir. He has asked with regard to panel A valuer. Who is a panel valuer, or take the odd man out for 3 to 4 I am telling. So you should have an experience of more than 10 years. What is the value of the property to which we can assign valuation to him? So no limit. So this question was there last year, 3 to 4. Okay, same 2/11/2025 it is repeated. There is a possibility for us also. So panel valuer B, more than 5 years experience up to 10 years. So he can value a property value maximum up to 25 crores. The C category, more than 2 years up to 5 years experience, up to 5 crores value of the property, he can view the valuation report. D category, up to 2 years experience, up to 1 crore value. We will employ D category only for housing loan schemes of the bank. Okay, sir, this question was that. 1 minute. Another is that. Okay, anyway, we'll go through. Then some more points are there. We'll come to the question. So when we have to do the valuation. So normally valuation of the property to be done before sanctioning the loan or before takeover of the loan, and one that is subject to various periodicities. How the periodical valuation of the property fixed assets. We are talking about periodical valuation of the fixed assets. Before sanctioning the loan, before takeover of the loan, then after sanctioning the loan. You know, for retail lending scheme guidelines. Retail lending scheme guidelines is when do the revaluation. That also we will see now. Agriculture also separate. Other than agriculture and retail lending, so when we have to do revaluation of the property collateral taken as for the loan account. So the revaluation normally to be done once in 3 years. Normally, other than agriculture and retail lending or other than any schematic loans. So we do normally the revaluation of the property once in 3 years in BAM, whatever the BAM option in CBS, first part, we have to update the valuation. Now, And in some of the MSME schemes, loan quantum, so we will see for agriculture and retail lending separately, sir, subsequently. In some of the MSME loans, loan quantum is linked to loan quantum and interest rates are linked to the value of the collateral. It is not related to the value of the stock, etc., etc. In some of the MSME loans, all of us are aware, the loan quantum and interest rate is linked to the value of the collateral. Okay, in such cases, when we have to, so what will happen? Today, the borrower takes an MSME loan. So based on the value of the property, let us assume we are given 50 lakhs. And we say revaluation is only once in 3 years. After 2 years, he will come to us. Sir, you have sanctioned a loan, the value of the property has increased. So even though the revaluation is only 3 years, but now metro train has come. So many things he says, I want you to revalue the property. So the revaluation will come more. In that case, increase the quantum of my loan. Otherwise, I will shift to some other bank. In such cases, when you are going to do revaluation once in 3 years, it has to be done. When we want to reduce the periodicity of the revaluation of an MSME loan and make it less than 3 years and increase the quantum of the loan or reduce the rate of interest because value of the property has increased, which authority has to permit such things? That's what we are going to see. In such cases, circulated CSE can reduce the frequency of periodical valuation less than 3 years to allow concession in interest rate and for additional interest. This is applicable when the value of the collateral is taken as the basis for loan quantum and interest rate. So periodical valuation once in 36 months or 3 years only. So if the borrower wants increase in the quantum or reduction in the interest rate based on the increase in the value, even though the earlier valuation is not at 3 years over, then such proposals, because some other bank is interested to give, it will be shifted over there. Very good, excellent party. In such cases, the proposal to be placed before the circle get less than 36 months, he or she can permit. If he is going to permit less than 33 months, so if she is going to permit less than 33 months, so whenever the valuation, because of increase in the valuation, you are going to increase the quantum, you have to go in for another valuation. So another valuer who has not given the original valuation has to give the valuation report. Now, so less than 36 months. So if the party is coming for less than 33 months, so less than 33 months, do the revaluation and give. So less than 36 months itself, circulated CAC can permit. So in that case, so what is the revised value of the property he or she will take? Suppose if the revaluation done is less than 33 months from the previous valuation report, then the entire value of the valuation report should not be taken into account. Only 85% of the latest valuation to be taken for deciding the value of the property and hence quantum of the loan and hence interest rate. So in such cases, if the valuation is carried out at a frequency less than 33 months, so less than 36 months, he or she can permit. If it is going to be permitted less than 33 months, so if it is permitted more than 33 months and less than 36 months, you can take 100% value of the revised valuation report. If it is permitted less than 33 months, then the value of the property to be taken at 85% of the latest valuation report and the valuation to be given by a valuer other than the one who gave the earlier valuation report. So we talked about now periodical valuation for a loan which is under MSME, so which is the loan quantum and interest rates are directly linked to the value of the property, whether 36 months or less than 36 months, who has to sanction the loan. If it is less than 33 months, so what is the value to be taken from the revised valuation report to fix the quantum of the loan and fix the rate of interest for that MSME loan. Circulated CSC and the above authorities up to the delegated powers. Okay. So, and you also know with regard to residual life and last repayment date. When the immovable property is taken as security, land and building for a collateral, the residual age of the property as given in the valuation report should be at least 5 years more than the tenure of the loan. All you are aware? Today you are taking a valuation report. The residual life of the property given by the panel value is 10 years. You are giving an MSME loan. So the value of the property which is taking as a collateral for the property, residual life, let's assume it is mentioned as 10 years. Then the maximum repayment period, you can fix only 5 years because the residual life should be 5 years more than the tenure of the loan. So with regard to housing loan, this is with regard to other than housing loan, all loans of the bank. If it is housing loan, the residual life of the property should be at least 10 years more than the tenure of the loan. So MSME loan more than 5 years. That is your housing loan. Suppose borrower is going for a second-hand house. So the valuer will give the valuation and then he also gives the residual life of the house. So the residual life of the house should be at least 5 years or 10 years more than the tenure of the loan. So you have to fix the repayment period like that. Okay. Then again, there is a change in 240 by 2025 after 211 was issued by the bank. So like the LSR, which the panel advocate has to sign the digitally three digitally, whatever it is. So the digitally signed valuation report should be in place as per HO Circular 240 by 2025. Now bank has documented this 459 by 2025. So that is, we have been telling some of the bank officials how to accompany the valuer whenever the valuation is being done. Now, bank has put in place a documentation. So, whenever the immovable property valuation is done, so it has to be done in the presence of the bank officials and along with the valuer. So, a photograph, an house, or in whichever collateral, land and building, immovable property, fixed assets given as a collateral. So, bank officials and the valuer should take a common photograph along with the property which are going to be mortgaged to the bank. That should be available with our loan paper. That is HO circular. This is one change after 211 by 2025. 240 it has come with regard to digitally signed valuation report. 459 by 2025 comes with regard to, that is necessarily bank officials have to accompany the panel valuer. All of us are aware, if the age of the property is 20 years and above, the valuation report to be done by the scale 4 and above. Okay, value of the property is 20 years and above. Age of the building is 20 years and above. Then the property visit report or the which has to be given by scale 4 and above. So whatever it is, so the photograph of the valuer and photograph of the bank officials accompanying the valuer along with the property should be with our loan documents. Okay, we have seen. Now there are certain exceptions with regard to valuation, whether to go in for the we are not yet come to retail lending, we are not yet come to agriculture. Other than that, so whether we have to take full value of the property or whether we have to go for the panel valuer or bank officials themselves can give the value or guidelines value can be taken. So 2-3 changes have come that we will go through. So if the property which we are going to take as the collateral for a loan is only land, we are taking only land other than agriculture. Forget about agriculture land. So if the property which we are going to take as a collateral for a loan is only land or sites or plot without any superstructure on that, vacant plot, vacant site, okay, vacant property, other than agricultural land. So which value, whether we have to go for a valuation, whether valuation report to be taken, or we can go for the guideline value. Who has the power? We are going to see. The guideline says the acquisition cost as per the registered sale deed to be taken as the value of the land, that is value of the vacant land. It's not agricultural land, like value of the land or plot, site, etc. If it is acquired within the immediate preceding 1 year. No need for outside valuation. No need for panel valuer. If we are going in for taking a collateral for vacant site, plot, etc., which is not agriculture, and if the property is purchased within the preceding 1 year from the date of your loan processing, then in such a case, go by the value given in the sale deed. Let us not worry, let us not go in for a panel valuer and take a fees to the panel valuer. So if it is purchased beyond preceding 1 year, if it is purchased beyond, so vacant land, plot, etc., if it is purchased beyond the preceding 1 year, more than 1 year, then that is you have to go by the valuation report given by the panel valuer. But we cannot take the full value, fair market value, only 85% of the fair market value to be taken into account. So this guideline is with regard to vacant plot or site other than agriculture, which is taken as a collateral for your loan. In such cases, so if it is the property is purchased just within 1 year of the preceding 1 year, then go in for the sale deed value. No need for the panel valuer. If it is purchased beyond 1 year, then take the valuation given by the panel valuer, go for the fair market price. At that, take 85%, don't take the full value of the property. So this is another guideline. Then valuation of the recently purchased properties. So recently purchased properties, that is vacant land. Okay, that we saw about vacant land. Other than vacant land, a new house is purchased. Okay, whatever it is. So that is given for collateral for a loan. A new building is purchased, land and building. That is given as a collateral for a loan. The recently purchased property means within 1 year of purchase. So whenever a recently purchased property other than vacant site or plot and all is given as per your scheme guidelines, wherever it is fit in, the period of the recent purchase is taken as 12 months prior to the date of valuation. For example, valuation in July 2025. Let's assume July 2025, you have processed a loan paper and you have taken a valuation. Sale deed of the property is August 2024 and beyond August 2024 is called recently purchased property. That is within 12 months from the date of processing the loan paper. Okay, so if guidelines value, so in such cases, what value to be taken, whether valuer has to give or 85%, whatever we are going to see. So first see whether this property is a land and building, which is a recently purchased property. What do you mean by recently purchased property? The property should have been purchased within the last 12 months from the date of loan, at the time of sanctioning the or processing the loan paper. Then you have to see with respect to that property which is purchased within the last 12 months of your sanctioning the loan, guideline value whether it is revised by the sub-registrar. So whenever a loan proposal comes, the value of the the age of the the recent purchase, the property is purchased by your borrower or mortgager recently. Recently means within 12 months of the loan processor. Then you see, find out whether there is a revision in the guideline value in that area. If guidelines value are revised after the date of the sale deed, so property is recently purchased, land and building, and the guidelines value is revised after the sale date. For example, that is valuation July, sale deed purchase in August 2024. After purchasing in August 2024, there is a revision in the guideline value. Then and so that the price after the sale deed, some other price would have gone. The purchase price as per the sale deed, as given in the sale deed, or the guideline value, whichever is more to be taken into account. Sir, in the case of a recently purchased property, which is land and building, not a vacant site. So recently purchased property means within 12 months of the date of sanctioning or processing the proposal. In such cases, what the sanctioning authority has to do, he or she has to see any value, guideline value has undergone for that property after the sale deed is entered into. If there is a revision in the guideline, then go by the sale deed or the guideline value, the revised guideline value, whichever is more. So market value should not be taken into account. The above is applicable for all loan products of the bank. The above is applicable for all loan products of the bank. So what we saw, that is land and building is taken, vacant land is taken, vacant plot is taken, and if it is within 12 years, 12 months, 85% we saw. In this case, recently purchased land and building, within recently purchased means within 12 months. In such cases, after the purchase, whether guideline value undergone a change, if the guideline value has undergone a change, see the sale deed or the guideline value, whichever is more to be taken for that property and not the market value. So the above this guideline is applicable for all products of the bank. HO Circular 211/2025. The other one. So third special. So whenever the borrower or the mortgager comes with a property, so he has got the property by means of a will or by means of a gift deed or settlement deed. And recently, within 12 months from the date of the loan application, two conditions. So the borrower or the guarantor has taken the property by means of a will or gift deed or settlement deed, etc. And that has taken place within 12 months from the date of your loan, previously 12 months. In such cases, guideline rate obtained from the registrar's office or Mandal Revenue Office shall be reckoned for valuation purpose. So here you go by guideline value. So when a property settlement deed comes into picture, in such cases, if the settlement deed is done just within 1 year, recently means within 1 year, in such cases, we go by the sale deed of the property guideline rate obtained from the registrar's office. We don't go by in such properties by the market value. If the property is secured by a will, gift, etc., beyond 12 months from the date of loan application, then extant guidelines as per the value of the property to be taken into account. So, which is the odd man out, which is not correct. So now, if you know the subject, you can tick the correct answer. Okay, sir. So now, whenever you are taken as a fixed asset as a collateral for a loan, and you know the risk rating of the borrower, what is the periodicity of doing the risk rating? Before sanctioning the loan, we have to do a risk rating pre-sanction exercise. Then before takeover, we have to do a risk rating pre-sanction exercise. Then every year, based on the annual audit, that is audited balance sheet, we have to do the risk rating. You know, internal rating and external rating, those things we will discuss during the course of our discussion. So with regard to internal rating, you know, we have four models: portfolio model, exposure up to 2 lakhs. Internal, it is done by HO as a whole. When the exposure is above 2 lakhs up to 20 lakhs, branches have to do the valuation under the small value model. When the exposure is above 20 lakhs up to including 2 crores, we have to do the internal rating based on the manual value model. When the exposure is above 2 crores, we do the internal rating based on the CIRM model and all under that various subcategories. Okay, sir. Now, bank has brought about 2 changes in the internal risk rating. All of you are aware, bank has introduced recently a risk rating model for government entities. You know, that is state governments or central government departments. Whenever you take them as a guarantee or whenever you are going to give a loan to them, in such cases, the balance sheets are not in correct picture. Balance sheets are given with late, etc. In such cases, how to do about the risk rating? Canara Bank has come out with a guideline in the year 2025 for government-owned entities. A special risk rating model has been introduced by the bank. Similarly, all of you are aware, I think in 137/2025 or some other circular, manual value model, whenever the sanctioning authorities or whenever the authorities at the branch level is doing a manual value model exercise before sanctioning the loan, the manual model risk rating, risk grade given by the that is a rating authority to be got vetted by, should be got reviewed by the executive overseeing assurance section in CO or RO before the loan is sanctioned. So for manual value model, the risk rating, that is either low risk or normal risk or moderate risk or high risk, has to be given as generated by the risk rating officials. It has to be got vetted. So it has become a pre-sanction exercise in Canara Bank from the year 2025. Okay. Now, whenever you do so, risk rating is a continuous process, not only one-time measure, either internal rating or external rating. For external rating, parties may dodge, but for internal rating, it has to be there. Internal rating, it has to be there based on the audited balance sheet. Okay, so whenever there is a downgradation, so at 2 years back or 3 years back, it is a low risk account. Now it has become a moderate risk account or normal risk account or high risk account. So whenever there is a downgradation of risk rating, so you know normally risk rate is or valuation is once in 3 years, or valuation is once in 3 years. Wherever less than 3 years, etc., we have seen the previous guideline. Now the question is, and I also told you the risk rating is a continuous process. Whenever there is a downgradation in the risk rating of that account, the valuation to be taken afresh. That is a question. Fresh valuation need not be undertaken with regard to fixed assets. We are talking about fixed assets. Fresh valuation need not be undertaken if downgradation is from low to normal or from normal to moderate or from moderate to high risk provided the valuation report is not more than 6 months old. So we call it as a slippage from low risk to normal risk, or from normal risk to moderate risk. Moderate risk, or from moderate risk to high risk, we call it as downgradation by one notch. NOTCH. Here I have given the spelling. So whenever there is a downgradation in the risk rating of the borrower is by one notch, you have to see when the last valuation report is taken. If the last valuation report is not more than 6 months old, so at the time of downgradation, if the last valuation report is not more than 6 months old, you need not go in for again a fresh valuation. If the last valuation report is more than 6 months old at that time, the fresh valuation to be done within 3 months to be done. So the questions may be, when a revaluation to be done? So normally we say 36 months. When a downgradation has taken place, then it has to be done. So for retail loans, when revaluation to be done. For agricultural loan, when revaluation to be done. Okay, this is called periodical valuation. So whenever there is a downgradation, so risk rating to be done by one notch. If the earlier valuation report is not more than 6 months old, then there is no question of doing again revaluation. If it is more than 6 months old, the revaluation of the asset to be done within 3 months of its downgradation. Suppose if the risk rating downgradation is by more than one notch, suddenly from low risk it has gone to moderate risk, or from normal risk it has gone to high risk. Whenever there is a downgradation is by more than one notch, CNR 1, CNR 2, CNR 3, CNR 4, like that we have up to CNR D. So whenever the downgradation is by one notch, CNR 1 to CNR 2, or if it is the CNR is internal risk rating, or CNR 2 to CNR 3, or from CNR 1 to CNR 3. Okay, whenever downgradation of risk is by more than one notch, we should not see what is the valuation report earlier date straight away. So whenever the risk rating is by 2 notches or more, revaluation of the property to be done within immediately or within 3 months of the downgradation. No question of irrespective of the earlier valuation report. Okay, this point also we should know. Then, if the account turns into NPA, whether revaluation to be done, when revaluation need not be done. So we are talking about revaluation of the fixed asset. So whenever a loan is there, whenever a fixed asset is there, normally the property should be there. Only in the case of a stock or book debts, something would have happened. But normally, whenever we have taken a fixed asset, until otherwise it is a fraud, the fixed assets will be there for us. Okay. If the account turns into NPA, so normally we have to wait a grace period of 3 months. We call them as soft NPA, isn't it? Soft NPA. So account slips to NPA. So within 3 months, there are a lot of possibilities of upgrading the account. So we call it as a soft NPA. So wait for 3 months. If not upgraded, so we have to go in for the permission from RO or CO, as the case may be, regarding the need for valuation. Yes, property is there. No question of any other issue on that property. EC we have taken. Canara Bank's name is there. So we have to go in for the valuation of the property. So for substandard accounts or doubtful accounts with exposure of 1 crore and above, nobody can waive any waiver is permitted. So valuation is necessary. If doubtful assets and the value of the security is negligible, so now normally it is not possible, isn't it? When you have a fixed asset. Fixed asset means land and building. So valuation may be made in such cases only. So valuation to be got done in the case of NPA accounts for the fixed assets like land and building within 6 months from the date of account becoming NPA, and subsequently once in 3 years. So within 6 months. Suppose on the date of becoming NPA, after you have waited for three months, already if the earlier valuation has completed 3 years, immediately we have to do the revised valuation. So when we have to do within 6 months of the account becoming NPA, wait for 3 months, then within another 3 months complete the valuation after getting permission. So within 6 months the account becoming NPA. So within that is in some cases we have to immediately do the valuation. When? Because if the already earlier valuation is already over 6 months, that is 3 years, get the permission to appropriate authority, go in for revaluation of the NPA account. Okay, sir. Then what is the fees payable to the fixed asset valuer? That is land and building. A valuer is there. Generally, that is we come across whenever a fixed asset valuer is coming at the lower level. So what is the valuation fees I have to give? So generally, or what if for the LSR, your panel advocate, what is the fees we have to give? Generally, we come across whatever they ask you give. Whatever they ask, you give. Okay. So that's what. Though that should not be the case. We have to sensitize our people down below us or the people who are the sanctioning authority, etc., etc. So in 211/2025, what is the that is fees to be payable to the fixed asset valuer or the fees to be payable to the inventory asset valuer, etc., etc. It is that. So normally, that is as per the guidelines of Canara Bank 211/2025, whatever it is, the fees normal as the official fees, which is fixed by Canara Bank, has to be paid to the panel valuer or panel advocate by debiting the running account of the party and crediting the valuer's account or the panel advocate's account if they are having with Canara Bank through CBS, and if you are having with another bank through NEFT. That's what your guideline says. Okay. Now, what is the for example, fees payable to the fixed asset value. So land and building, he goes and values. So what is the price the borrower has to pay to the valuer by debiting his account to the valuer's account? So it is given the graded slabs are there. If the value of the security is 5 lakhs of up to 5 lakhs of the asset value, it is giving like that 0.25, like income tax slab. About 10 lakhs of asset value, that is about next to 10 lakhs, next to 25 lakhs, like that, it is given the valuation. Okay, there is a question here. So we will see when we discuss the question, we will see how much fees to be paid. So the minimum to be paid for a valuer, fixed asset value 2,000 rupees and maximum is 50,000. If it is an NPA account, 50% of the above. So if 50% of the whatever the rat slabs have come, with a maximum of 25,000 you can give. If it is a vacant land, only 25,000 of the slab rate, maximum 25% of the slab rate, maximum 12,500 we can give. So TAHA, etc., etc. Maximum per borrower entry not exceed 75,000. To be paid to inform to the borrower, and if he has not paid, so debit the loan account. So suit filed account GC to be debited. Okay. With regard to plant and machinery, so we saw so far land and building, immovable asset. So fixed asset, which is possible, plant and machinery is immovable, even though it is a fixed asset. So new plant and machinery, invoice value to be taken whenever a new you are going to give for a new plant and machinery. All of us are aware we have to take an invoice value to be incurred with other vendors supplying such plant and machinery in that area, whether the value is correct. Fresh borrower accounts based on the existing, suppose for the borrowers, so they are coming for a loan for land and for plant and machinery. The plant and machinery is already second hand plant and machinery. So a valuation report you have to take. To evaluation of the panel valuer or whatever appropriate word you use for the existing plant and machinery. There is second-hand plant and machinery is going to be purchased, then go in for the valuation report. If the second-hand machinery, existing means second-hand machinery, if the value is 50 crores and above, get 2 approved valuers. If the valuation is 50 crores and above, get 2 approved valuers. The realizable value of the security is to be taken into account. In regard second-hand plant and machinery, realizable value to be taken into account. Frequency of valuation of the plant and machinery is like fixed asset. Okay, sir. Quickly, we'll go through the question paper. So whatever we have read, so something we'll fix it there. Which is not correct. So not I have made in the bold letter. That means which is an odd man out. Which is not correct with regard to valuation of fixed assets. When immovable property is taken and land and building as security, land and building, other than housing loan, the residual age of the property should be at least 5 years more than the tenure of the loan. Yes, correct. When only plot site other than agricultural land without any superstructure is taken as collateral, and if the property is purchased within the last 1 year, purchase price is to be taken into purchase price to be taken as value, and no valuation from outside valuer is required. Point number C. The property taken as collateral is secured by means of a bill, settlement deed, gift deed within 12 months from the date of loan application. Guideline rate obtained from the registrar office, mandal office shall be reckoned for valuation purpose. If the value of the property is 50 lakhs, the fees payable to the panel valuer is rupees 5,500. In the valuation report, valuer has to give the details of last 2 transactions within the last 3 years in respect of adjacent properties in that area. And if there is no such transactions, the same to be mentioned in the valuation report, according to you, which is not correct, sir. Again, repeat. When the immovable property is point number 1, when the immovable property is taken as security, that is land and building, other than for housing loan, the residual age of the property should be at least 5 years. The residual life of the property should be at least 5 years more than the tenure of the loan. That is correct. The question is, which is not correct? When only plot, site, etc., without any structure is taken as collateral and the property is purchased within the last 1 year, purchase price is to be taken as the value and no valuation by outside value are correct. If it is more than 12 months, we take 85% of the market value given by the panel valuer. Okay, point number C. The property taken acquired by means of a bill, gift deed, etc., within 12 months from the date of loan application, guideline rate obtained from the registrar office, etc., should be reckoned for the valuation. Yes, that also we saw. That is correct. If the value of the property is 50 lakhs, the fees payable to the panel valuer is 5,500. That is correct. You go and I have given the slab or 211/25, you take the value of the property as 50 lakhs, you can work out and you find out 5,500. So that means we should know the slab. So anything will come there. If it comes, we should not miss it out. That is why I have given that. That means, again, I am stressing. So whenever borrowers are coming, we should inform the borrower if the value of the property is this much. This is the valuation fees you have to pay to our panel valuer. Okay, that is why this point I have given. In the valuation report, valuer has to give details of last 2 transactions within the last 3 years in respect of adjacent properties in that area. And if there is no such transactions, the same to be mentioned in the valuation report. Sir, which is not correct. Your circular says, so in the point number E also your circular says, but only one small change. In the valuation report, valuer has to give details of last 2 transactions in that area under the sub-registrar office in that area. So for example, if you are buying a property in that XYZ street, so the last any 2 valuations have taken place in that area, in the any transactions has taken place in that area, from the sub-registrar office, you have to give a certificate. Last 2 transactions report, the valuer has to give details of last 2 transactions within the last 2 years. It is not within the last 3 years. So your circular says that is the valuer has to give the details of transactions in that area, last 2 transactions within the last 2 years in respect of the adjacent properties in that area, and there is no such transaction, the same to be mentioned in the valuation report. Which is not correct? Answer is E is not correct, because E I have mentioned here last 3 years. It should be last 2 years. That is the correct answer, sir. Okay, we'll see the we continue with the presentation. So now, who can permit waiver of valuation of your fixed asset? Any authority is having the back. That also we should know. Clause 4 and 5, 3 and 4, it may come. We should not miss it out. If the borrower is a risk graded low risk account, up to and inclusive of circulated power, circulated CAC can permit waiver of valuation of the fixed asset once in 3 years, and all we saw no. That can be permitted, but before sanctioning the loan, at the time of that is what you say takeover, before takeover, valuation to be done. HO power, respective credit approval committees, MC power, CAC of the board. MC of the board, CAC of the board can give waiver. Normal risk and moderate risk account below circulated CAC by circulated CAC. Okay, so below circulated CAC account, circulated here you see low risk, up to and inclusive of circulated CAC can permit. In the case of a normal risk and moderate risk, below circulated CAC power account, circulated CAC can give. Circulated CAC and above, next tier authorities have to give permission. In the case of the CAC of the board and the MC, and CAC of the board has to give the permission. That means for low risk account, normal risk account, moderate risk account, valuation of the land and building, periodical valuation. If you want to waive, you have to get permission not less than circulated CAC and above authority. Okay, that is the high risk account, no waiver is permitted. Let's forget about the other things. We'll go to the other side. Vehicle. So how the valuation of the vehicle? The vehicle is also a fixed asset, isn't it? But it's a movable. Vehicle is also a fixed asset. It is movable. So how the valuation of so far, it is only depreciation, written down value depreciation method. So we give the valuation. Now last 2 years, maybe 2024 or 2023, Vacant bank has come out with a guideline, which is reiterated in 211/2025. In the insurance policy, if you see, there is a word called insured declared value, IDV. So what is the insured declared value as per the valid insurance policy? That means for every vehicle, insurance policy should be alive. So what is the IDV, insured declared value, as per the latest valid insurance policy? You take it, or depreciate the value at 20% and apply that written down value method. Between the two, whichever is higher is to be taken for the value of the vehicle. So value of the vehicle, we won't go just by the written down value depreciation. We take the written down value depreciation at 20%. Then we take the IDV value given by the insurance policy, valid, like that is current insurance policy. Compare both, whichever is high is taken as the value for the vehicle and updated in your CBS. Okay, sir. Then these points, questions may come. At least one, so we are talking about valuation of the fixed asset. At least one assignment to be entrusted per valuer in a year. Valuation of fixed assets shall be entrusted to different valuers each time the valuation is undertaken. Please note in mind. At any cost, the valuer shall not be entrusted with the valuation of the assets of one borrower consecutively. That means, so if you give the property, next time you have to give to some other person. Whenever the other, when you are going to take the valuations next time, whatever may be the reason. That is depreciation. All of us know building 5%, plant and machinery 15%, vehicle 20%. So our return Canara Bank is adopting return down value method depreciation. For land, we won't apply any depreciation. Minimum age of the valuer should be 21 years and above, and no upper age limit. So some of the numbers, if they ask in the exam, no, you should not miss it. That's why I given. So this is come first point. This 21 years age has come in 2/11/2025. Minimum age of the valuer is 21 years and no upper age limit. Duration of empanelment of a fixed asset valuer is generally 5 years. Fair market value to be taken into account for valuation for taking the property as security. Normally, fair market value. In some exceptional cases, I told you which value to be taken, and if the value differs to different basis of the valuation, if you are satisfied, then what to be taken also we are saying. But normally, whenever a property is taken, we go in for the fair market value as the basis for sanctioning the loan. If the valuation to be got done by a valuer empaneled for one circle by another circle, permission from RM wing HO to be obtained. For example, loan is sanctioned from a one circle and valuation property is somewhere, valuation to be got done by a valuer from some other, assigned to some other circle. So circle at CSO or RO at CSO does not have the power, get the permission from RM wing HO to obtain to before going and trusting the valuation. This is not applicable for circle offices coming under the same state. For example, you take under the same state, Tamil Nadu, we have Madurai and Chennai. This is not applicable. So getting permission from RMB is not required. But the maximum number of entrustments of such valuation for fixed assets and current assets from the neighboring circles in the same state not to exceed 3 in a financial year. So this condition here no such condition, but permission from RM Bank. Here no such permission is required, but such type of valuation should not exceed more than 3 in a financial year. Empaneled valuer, fixed asset valuer, to be assigned the valuation work of a particular branch for a maximum period of 3 years only, particular branch. So like the Joll appraisal, particular branch is you can do appraisal for a maximum period of 6 years. After which there should be a break. Okay, 3 years or 1 year break, we can come back. Similarly here, continuously engaging a fixed asset valuer for a branch is only 3 years. Even within the 3 years, you should not be given with the assignment of valuation of the same property. Okay, that also you have to take into account. Then, sorry. Also, this is a field. This is a field. This is already filled, so this is not that. This was in the circular. I have brought it here. Valuer has to give details of last 2 transactions within the last 2 years. I told you, So there I have mentioned last 3 years, last 2 years in respect of the adjacent properties in that area. If there are no such transactions, the same to be mentioned in the valuation report. Okay, sir. Good. Now, one more point. Questions may come from the third-party valuer. That is, ladies and gentlemen, whenever the property we are going to go in for sale under the SARFAESI, we have to go in for valuation. And who has to give the valuation? It is not our normal empaneled valuers. So there are special valuers who are called SARFAESI approved valuers. So the valuation report to be obtained only from the SARFAESI approved valuers and not from normal valuers. What is the difference of normal valuers? Certain basic qualifications, you will empanel them. SARFAESI approved valuer, we have certain guidelines. What is that? That also let us see. We should not miss it out. I think once I saw a question over there. SARFAESI approved valuer should have registered as valuer on section 34AB. You should have been registered as the valuer under section 34AB of the Wealth Tax 1957 and approved by the board of directors of our bank. So first qualification is you should have registered as valuer under section 34AB. So what is meant by registration? As a wealth taxer, they should pass certain qualifying examinations. So if they do it, then they'll be registered under wealth tax under section 34AB and they should be approved by the board of directors. So for SARFAESI valuers to be got approved by the board of directors. So who can be SARFAESI approved valuers? Whether a proprietorship firm can be a SARFAESI approved valuer, etc., etc. We will see. Individuals and partnership firms only are eligible. So a company is not eligible to a SARFAESI valuation. A firm is not eligible to a SARFAESI valuation. Sorry, a proprietorship firm is not eligible to do SARFAESI valuation, or a trust is not doing a SARFAESI valuation. So individuals and partnership firms are only eligible to do SARFAESI valuation. So if there is a partnership firm, all partners should possess the certificate, section 34AB of the Wealth Tax Act. So what should be the work experience for them to handle a SARFAESI valuation? For retail loans. For retail loans, they should have been empaneled as SARFAESI agent with any other bank or financial institution or housing finance companies or non-banking finance companies registered with RBI. So either any other bank or any other financial institution or HFC, housing finance company, or any NBFC which is registered with the RBI, if they have been empaneled in any one of these organizations, then that is sufficient for them to entrust the SARFAESI valuation to them in our bank for retail loan. That is for retail loans. For other loans other than retail, so certain qualifications are required besides 35, 34, 35AB or something like that. Besides that, these qualifications also required for other than retail loans to do valuation under SARFAESI. The valuer or any one of the partners should have 3 years of experience with any bank, any bank, or they should have got an experience. If it is a partnership firm, any one of the partner. If it is an individual, he or she should have got an experience to do the SARFAESI valuation with any one bank. If not, that is all, the valuer should have been completed 5 assignments successfully with any other bank, etc. So if he has not completed 3 years, he has not got 3 years experience, within 2 years after empanelment in any other bank, etc., if he has done SARFAESI valuation of 5 assignments or more, then also he is eligible to be empaneled in our bank for loans other than retail loans. Anyhow, Wealth Tax Act should be passed and individuals only, partnership only. In the case of partners, all partners should have got the qualification and the SARFAESI value empanelment should be approved by the board of directors of Canara Bank. The above experience, so suppose I told you for other than retail loan, either this experience or this experience. You can further weigh. If they do not have this experience, last 3 years not yet over, or 5 assignments are not yet done, still you can entrust SARFAESI entrustment value, the valuation other than retail loans, in which case the above experience conditions can be waived if the valuer is working as valuer with DRT and or with a high court. If he or she is working as a valuer with a DRT, debt recovery tribunal, or with a high court, in spite of this minimum period of service is not there also, they can be empaneled as a SARFAESI approved valuer in Canara Bank for loans other than retail loans. For valuation of a company property, one more condition is required. So if a company property is to be valued either by a partnership firm or by an individual, the valuer should have been registered with the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Okay, so these are all the guidelines with regard to SARFAESI approved valuer. Okay, new thing has come. The duration of the empanelment is 5 years. Let's quickly go through the questions, sir. Let us quickly go through the question to have a change over there. So question number 4, we are there. Which is not correct? Again, odd man out. Or they may say tick the odd man out. Or which is the odd man out? So which is not correct with regard to SARFAESI valuer? Individuals and partnership firms only are eligible. Yes, individuals, partnership firms only are eligible. Yes, correct. Should have been registered as valuer under Section 34AB of the Wealth Tax Act. That is correct. Either for retail loan, other than retail loan, either the individual or all the partners in the partnership firm should have passed the qualifying exam. They should have got registered. For retail loans, valuation should have been valuer, so it should be valuer. For retail loan, valuer should have been empaneled as SARFAESI agent with any other bank, financial institution, housing finance company, and non-banking finance company registered with RBI. Correct. That is also correct. For the valuation of the company property, the valuer should be registered with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. That is also correct. The duration of the employment is 3 years. As I told you, for SARFAESI also, the duration of the employment is empanelment is 5 years. So, which is not correct. Question number 4, answer E is the correct answer for your exam. Question number 4, which is not correct. The duration is 5 years, not 4 years. So this type of simple questions also will come. But you should know the 2 slides which I have given from the circular for the necessary for empaneling is SARFAESI valuer. The basic qualification for retail loans, other than retail loans, individuals, partnership, etc. What we have seen. And the minimum period is not there. For other loan, you should be a DRT. For company account, the condition is Bankruptcy Board of India. Then that should be there. Okay, if you know that subject, any question you can ask in any other manner they ask. So not correct means which is an odd man out. Which is an odd man out means which is not in the circular. So which is given in the circular but wrongly given here. The option E is wrongly given here. It is an odd man out, which is not correct. Whenever you know what is an odd man out, you should know the correct answer for the odd man out. So the correct answer for point number E is 5 years. So if they are given the 5 years, none of them are the odd man out. Okay, sir. Okay, now we will go to valuation of the current asset. There's not much changes in the valuation of the current asset, but small inside points, some changes have come. So that is why I have brought here everything on the valuation of inventory. We call it as valuation of the inventory, that is stock and book debts or receivable audit. Book debts, we call it as receivable audit. So sundry debtors. So valuation of inventory. Okay. So in the borrower is ranked as a low risk or normal risk borrower. And fund-based and non-fund-based working capital limit, and working from the bank working capital limit, fund-based and non-fund-based working capital limit is rupees 5 crores and above. So once in a year valuation to be done. So moderate and high risk 1 crore and above once in a year. Unrated due to some reason, if it is not unrated, if it is 1 crore and above, and if it is a standard asset, yearly inventory audit to be done. Unrated 1 crore and above, if it is not a standard asset, if it is an NPA. Unrated account 1 crore and above, substandard asset and doubtful asset, once in 2 years it has to be done. Unrated, if it is 5 crores and above, if it is a doubtful asset, once in a year inventory stock audit to be got done. Okay. The exposure means includes both fund-based and non-fund-based working capital exposure, not only from our bank, from the entire banking system. So to find out what is the exposure from other banks, you have to go by the credit report or from the audited balance sheet of that of a particular party. Okay, you have to take into account both the fund-based and non-fund-based working capital exposure from the entire banking system. At 5 crores, 1 crores, etc. is the limit. If ratings come down by 1 notch and if the current valuation report is more than 6 months old, fresh valuation to be got done within 3 months, like your fixed asset valuation. If current valuation report is not older than 6 months, if 1 notch down, no need for any fresh valuation. If it is done, if it is 2 or more notches downgradation, CNR1 to CNR2, etc., then straight away valuation to be got done within 3 months, irrespective of the previous valuation report. That is like your fixed asset. Valuation to be got done before taking over and accounts that are being taken over irrespective of the risk grade and quantum of loan. Stock audit means inventory audit need not be conducted for accounts coming under agencies for specialized monitoring. So who are the agencies? The agents, bank has introduced a concept called agencies for specialized monitoring. This is available in your credit review and monitoring policy. Okay, in this it is available. If the exposure to a party is 250 crores and above, if the exposure to a party is 250 crores and above, those accounts are being monitored by agencies appointed by the bank. They are called the Agency for Specialized Monitoring, ASM. So wherever expansions are there, I should also give you the full form. Suddenly they are expand ASM, agencies for specialized monitoring. For what types of parties? Exposures of 250 crores and above. In detail, when we see the review and monitoring policy, we can see, or whomsoever they will tell you. So those accounts which are entrusted under ASM, so for those accounts, stock audit, inventory audit need not be got done by the bank. Okay. So NPA accounts, if it is NPA accounts also, they are given when the valuation stock audit to be done, if it is rated or if it is unrated. NPA accounts, permission to be obtained from circle office after ensuring sufficient stock is available from RO or CBOA, because it is an inventory audit, not like a fixed asset. So well, if the assets are not there, we have to satisfy assets are there, assets are not there. Otherwise, no need for valuation after getting permission from the circle office. 3 months time to be allowed for upgradation, soft NPA. If not upgraded, valuation to be got done within 6 months of the account becoming NPA, and as per the periodicity of inventory value, till the inventory value depletes. DA accounts where security is not available or fully provided, technically written off, there is no need for any stock audit because stock is not there. So let's not worry about the consortium or similarly, with regard to who will permit about waiver of the stock audit, low risk accounts, accounts falling up to including circulated power, circulated CAC. So HO power accounts, that is respective sanctioning authorities, MC power accounts, CAC of the board. Normal and moderate risk account, below circulated CAC. Circulated and above next tier authority, like your fixed asset valuation waiver. That also we should know. Then, no, for high risk accounts, no waiver is permitted if the account is not rated, unrated account. But if it is a standard account, you know when you have to do it is high rated standard. We have seen in the table to be permitted as applicable to moderate risk accounts. So when you have to do the valuation, substandard and doubtful accounts, no waiver is permitted. Only in the case of DA accounts where security is very negligible, permission to be obtained, we can waive the valuation of the inventory audit. So that these points we should know. It was like 28/2024, which is reproduced in 211/2025 with regard to inventory audit modification. The empanelment of valuers, stock auditors will be done by assurances section circle, and allotment of valuation work will be done by CRM section at circles. So earlier there was a confusion before 28/2024 was introduced. Who has to do the allotment? Who has to do the empanelment? So inventory auditors to be got allotted, empaneled by the assurances section, and allotment for the inventory audit to be done by CRM section. Branches to identify the accounts for stock audit and for the current financial year and send the review program on or before 30th April every year to CRM circle office. These dates we should know. If they ask in the question, you should not miss it. CRM section at RO to follow up with circle for allotment of auditors. CRM section circle to collect and consolidate the data in the second fortnight of May. So they have to send before 30th April branches, before the second fortnight of May, and to allocate to stock auditors in the first fortnight of June. These are all the changes that has come in 28 and 211. At least one assignment to be entrusted per valuer in a year. Maximum. So here you see. So this question frequently undergoing a change. Maximum number of valuation to be given for current asset valuer in a year is 6. Last year it was 3. Now it is changed. Maximum number of valuation to be given for current asset valuer in a year is 6. But no such restriction for fixed asset valuer. So in a year, for maximum number of valuation to be given to a current asset valuer is only 6. Earlier it was 3, now increased to 6. So no such guidelines for the fixed asset valuer. The valuation of the current assets each borrower should normally, you see here, should be normally got entrusted to a specific valuer 3 times consecutively. There what we saw, in the case of a fixed asset, the valuation should not be given consecutively to any fixed asset valuer. Here we see, so valuation can be given continuously for a stock audit, continuously for an account with a maximum of 3 times consequently. There, more than once you cannot give. Stock auditors to complete the work before November of the financial year. Time to be taken for audit is 2 to 6 weeks. Branches to confirm the compliance of stock audit report within 2 weeks of the receipt of the letter from the controlling office. The report to be closed before December in the relevant year. Assurance section circle office to empanel, which we already know. So now you see the fees payable to the stock audit valuer. Manufacturing unit, rupees 500 per 1 crore of stock, including book debts and stock imported under ELP, minimum rupees 10,000, maximum rupees 1 lakh. Where we saw fixed asset value, minimum 2,000, maximum 50,000. Here you see the minimum 10,000 for manufacturing and then other than manufacturing. If it is other than manufacturing, rupees 300 per 1 crore of stock with minimum 7,500 and maximum rupees 1 lakh. So CO head and above authorities can permit more. Anyhow, they have the discretion, they can more. For one borrower, at any cost, the fee should not exceed rupees 2 lakhs. There, like your fixed asset valuation, here also, if the account is NPA, 50% of the rate you can give, maximum amount of 50,000 rupees. Get 50,000 rupees. Okay, sir. Quickly, let us see the question. We'll be able to give them some throw line. See question number 5, sir. We are seeing question number 5. As per HO Circular 211/2025, which is an odd man in respect of valuation of current assets, inventory assets, current assets, stock audit, or everything we call it as in any form you can get the question. As per HO Circular 211/2025, which is an odd man out, which is not there in the circular. Irrespective of the normal and high risk accounts, if the exposure fund-based and non-fund-based working capital from the banking system is 1 crore and above, stock audit to be conducted annually. Okay, point number 1, point number A, point number B. See, okay, as that ஓகேவா? கேக்குறதா?
கேக்கு சார். ஆடியோ இஸ்
சார் ஓகே ஓகே. விசிபிள் நோ?
You are audible and visible.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sir. So with regard to question number 5, we have been seeing, sorry for the disturbance, I think suddenly the net has gone. So as per HO circular, question number 5 to which is the odd man out, CRM section circle, sorry. No. So the question number that is 5, answer is C. Maximum number of stock audit work to be entrusted to auditor in a year is 3. It is not correct, it is 6. Okay. Then you see, now next presentation we will go and we will see the presentations. Sorry for that. Suddenly it has gone. Okay, so certain things we have seen in the value. Now let us see the periodical valuation with regard to SARFAESI valuer and all we have seen, inventory we have seen, and points in the inventory also we have seen. Then modifications, inventory. Then let's not worry about this point. Okay, anyhow, let us see, sir. The presentation is there. Questions are not there. Let's not worry. Valuation modification 211/2025. Guidelines in respect of third-party entities. Third-party entities, you have valuers, SARFAESI valuer, inventory valuer, fixed asset valuer, etc. These people who are involved in fraud, what the guideline says. Third-party entities undertaking stock audit, lenders, independent engineers, you know who are they, Techno-economic viability consultants, TEVs, SARFAESI valuers. So if you find out, if the bank has find out they are involved in fraud, revaluation to be done in all the accounts where such third-party entities valuers gave valuation in the last 1 year. So whatever these people, if they found out that these people were involved in fraud, so whatever valuation they are given these people in the last 1 year, a revaluation to be got done. Coming to in respect of fixed assets valuation, so stock audit, so lenders, independent engineers, techno-economic viability reports, or SARFAESI valuers, if you found out any fraud in their any account, any branch, wherever they have done, so the valuation which they are given in the last 1 year to be got done revaluated. Coming to revaluation of fixed assets in respect of valuers who are involved in fraud. So in respect of fixed assets, revaluation to be done only in 10% of the loan accounts where valuation done by such TPEs in the last 6 months. So last 1 year, here entire thing to be got revaluated. Here in the last 6 months, what they are given, revaluation to be got done up to maximum of 10%. Then empanelment of valuers, domain experts in technically complex projects, HO Circular 39/24 and 211/2025, to value the assets that are taken as security in complex projects related to industries such as steel, cement, coal, power, etc. So instead of normal valuation, so we can go in for domain experts in technically complex projects. These are all the technically complex projects. Individuals firms should have minimum industry domain experience of 5 years with a technical background or have undertaken assignment in minimum of 10 high value projects with projects cost of 250 crores and above. Okay, these numbers you should know. So who can do the exercise? What should be the project cost? What should be their experience? Age of the individual. So individuals and firms can do the exercise. Minimum experience of 5 years with a technical background or have undertaken assignment in minimum 10 high value project cost with project cost of 250 crores and above. Age of the individual should not be more than 65 years at the time of application. Projects falling up to inclusive of circle power accounts, entrustment to domain experts to be permitted by, that is, project appraisal group head office. Beyond that, respective authorities, up to including circle head powers, project appraisal group head office. So the duration of the empanelment, here you see the duration is only 2 years. There is no fixed asset valuer, stock valuer, as well as SARFAESI valuer, it is 5 years. Here it is 2 years. Can be extended by another 3 years. Thereafter to be renewed once in 3 years. Fee structure to be borne by the borrower in such type of cases. So this is the fee structure that also we should know. So let's not spend time over that. Now coming to valuation of fixed as primary as well as collateral security taken for a retail loan. So that was introduced first time in Canara Bank in HO Circular 337/2021, periodical valuation for loans taken either as a prime security or collateral security for a certain types of retail loans. So that is again redefined in 211/2025. all housing loan variants other than staff loan. Other than staff loans, you have to bring it here. Canara mortgage, Canara rent, Canara LRD, Canara site. So when the valuation to be got, that periodical valuation, if the outstanding loan in the retail of those retail loans which you have seen in the previous slide, if it is 50 lakhs and above as at the end of 31st March of every year, and if the valuation is already 5 years is over, so the revaluation to be got done. So for the retail lending loan, liability outstanding is 50 lakhs and above as at the end of previous March. Once in 5 years, the revaluation to be got done. So now we are in the year 25-26. As at March 31st, 2025, which are all the retail loans which we have seen in the previous slide, having a liability of 50 lakhs and above. Jot down those accounts. For those accounts, see whether the valuation report is already 5 years old as on 31st March. For those accounts, revaluation to be got done during the year 2025-2026. But in the case of educational loan, there is a small change. Education loan is also a retail loan, but in respect of educational loan, there is a small change. So, in respect of fixed assets mortgage to educational loan, accounts where outstanding is rupees 50 lakhs and above. So normally accounts 50 lakhs and above for retail loan as at the end of March 31st, we will do revaluation if the valuation report is already 5 years old. But coming to retail loans, educational loan, so where the liability is 50 lakhs and above as at the end, so 30 lakhs and above, revaluation of the property to be undertaken through the empaneled valuers immediately once after the completion of the moratorium period. So don't wait for 31st March, 50 lakhs and above. 50 lakhs and above. So once the moratorium period is over, then revaluation to be got done for the educational loan. Okay, liability is 50 lakhs and above. So which are fixed assets are taken as collateral for that educational loan. You have to see the value of the outstanding liability, not the value of the collateral. If the outstanding liability is 50 lakhs and above, irrespective of the value of the collateral, so once the moratorium period is completed, revaluation to be got done. Then subsequently, when you have to do the normal applicable for retail loan. So as at the end of 31st March, if the liability is 50 lakhs and above, for such education loan, if the valuation is over already 5 years over, for such loans, revaluation to be got done. Subsequently, valuation of fixed asset mortgage for education loans are outstanding in the loan account is more than 50 lakhs as cutoff date 31st March or previous financing year should be undertaken once in 5 years. So this is one addition with regard to the retail lending loan under educational loan. So moratorium period over, liability is 50 lakhs and above, do first the revaluation. Then valuation of the valuation is property wise, irrespective of the number of loans sanctioned against each property. All are standard assets. So only for standard assets, if they are in the standard asset category, we will do the revaluation. Otherwise, it is not required for agricultural loan. Sorry, for retail loans. Exempted category, all employees housing loan and the employee housing loan of the retired employees, all housing loan partly availed under employee housing loan and RB housing loan. This revaluation is not applicable. So what is the fees? So up to 1 crore liability market value. Here you see the value is related to the market value. Fees always, the fees payable to the panel valuer is linked to the value of the property. If the market value of the property is up to including 1 crore, so it is 2000 plus GST. If the market value is above 1 crore, 2005. Hello. Okay, wow. Okay, sir. So if the market value of the property, fee per mortgaged property up to 1 crore, 2000 plus GST, and if it is above 1 crore, 2500 plus GST, fee to be absorbed by the bank. You know the third valuation we saw. When the value differs 15%, we go for the third valuation, panel A valuer, the fee has to be absorbed by the bank. Similarly, here, periodical valuation of the retail loans as per the guidelines. So whenever we do, the fee has to be absorbed by the bank. Valuation not to be entrusted to the same panel valuer consequently. See, when we are going to give the fees, we go by the structure. Similarly, when the fees are to be borne by the borrower, we have to tell to the borrower, this is the maximum fee you have to pay to the panel valuer, that too by debiting your account and crediting the panel valuer's account. fees to be absorbed by the bank, valuation not to be entrusted to the same panel valuer consecutively, CRM section RO to assign the valuation work by 30th April, ROs to submit the consolidated details of valuation by 31st May, and CO to credit administration and monitoring CAMBing, credit administration and monitoring HO by 30th June. Executives overseeing assurance section ROs are the authority to make payment fees as it is centralized at RO. Okay, this is with regard to retail loans. Okay, sir, let us see quickly that question also with regard to the retail loan. We'll come back. Here, the retail loan, I think, has asked me to increase the size. I will increase it. Sorry, I'll reduce it. It's going beyond my screen. Okay, sir. Now, so what is fixed as now is the question number 6, which is irrelevant, sir, either irrelevant or not correct or odd man out. This is the guideline, which is irrelevant. So whenever it is a negative question, so I used to put in the, even the question paper also you'll get in the bold letter. Here also I have given in the bold letter. Okay, so which is irrelevant with regard to the periodical valuation of fixed assets, primary and collateral, mortgage to certain retail loans, which is irrelevant. Question number 6. Once in 5 years, if the liabilities rupees 50 lakhs and above as at the end of previous March, correct. Not applicable for NPA accounts. Yes, NPA accounts are not covered. Maximum fees payable for the valuer is rupees 2,000 if the market value is up to inclusive of 1 crore and the same to be borne by the bank. That is also correct. D. Valuation of the property cannot be allotted consequently to the same panel valuer. That is also correct. In respect of educational loan, besides the above points, valuation to be taken immediately after completion of the moratorium period. Yes, valuation to be taken immediately after the moratorium period, irrespective of the liability and subsequently as per the point number A above. So you see this, what I told you in respect of educational loan, if the liability is 50 lakhs and above, immediately after the moratorium period, one valuation to be done. And once again, as of 31st March of the previous year, if the liability is 50 lakhs and above only, but in both the cases, immediately after the moratorium or after 31st March, frequently once in 5 years, that has to be got done only if the liability is 50 lakhs and above. Here, what I have given point number you see, in respect of educational loan, besides the above points, valuation to be taken immediately after the completion of the moratorium period, irrespective of the liability. I have used the word irrespective of the liability, which is the odd man out. So liability is 50 lakhs and above, and subsequently as per point number A above. So question number 6, answer is E, which is the odd man out, which is irrelevant. So question number 6, answer is E. Okay, sir. Let us go to our presentation. I'll make it big. So now we have seen retail lending periodical valuation, then we have seen MSME schemes, many things we saw in the valuation 211. Now valuation of the agricultural land. So valuation of the agricultural land, maybe the agricultural policy they would have given, and the last circular separately I saw in 7/2023, and this is not given in your 211/2025. Valuation of agricultural land with structure like farmhouse, poultry shed, etc. to be got done once in 3 years, like normal valuation. Lands without any structure to be got done once in 5 years without any structure. Agricultural farming land where there is no any structure, valuation is to be as per guideline value for registration. So we go by agricultural land without any structure, we go by guideline value as in the sub-registrar or mandal office, whatever it is. Agricultural land valuation, who has to do, whether panel valuer or bank staff itself. For loans up to 30 lakhs, for loan amount up to 30 lakhs, either agricultural extension officers or agricultural extension officer promoting managers can do valuation if the loan amount is up to 30 lakhs, irrespective of the value of the property. If the loan amount is up to 30 lakhs, these people can do the valuation. If the loan amount is other managers, other than agriculture promoting managers, they can do valuation if the loan amount is up to 20 lakhs. Then beyond the above for value and beyond the above loan amount, and also for valuation of agricultural land with the structure. So wherever there is a structure, it has to be got done by somebody. Without structure, for agricultural land, if the loan amount is up to 30 lakhs, AEOs or AEO promoting managers. For other managers, up to 20 lakhs. Beyond this cutoff amount of 30 lakhs and 20 lakhs, and also if the agricultural land is not only land, it is having some structure over it, then valuation report to be obtained from revenue officials or from your approved consultants and valuers. Okay, sir, bank valuers. Okay, that is with regard to agriculture. Keep in mind 5 years, 3 years, and who has to do the valuation. So those points also keep in mind simultaneously. Now we are going to another important point. So bank may utilize the services of externally. So we saw who are involved in fraud. So there is a change has come this year in this case. To who can entrust the job for the experts for 2250 crores and above, less than 250 crores. So what the circular says, bank may utilize the services of externally empaneled techno-viability consultants in our bank for appraisal of term loan proposals with project cost up to including 250 crores. Okay, not applicable for agricultural term loan projects, which are to be assessed by agriculture innovative centers. This is not applicable there. Circle head to permit such proposals either to project approval group HO or to TEVs for project cost up to 250 crores for loans falling up to the circle head CAC. For HO power accounts, respective wings have to permit. This is the existing guideline. So proposal up to 250 crores, circle head CAC can decide whether that can be given to the PAG or to the TEV. So with regard to HO power accounts, respective wing heads can to take a decision proposal less than 250 crores. Now what about proposals above 250 crores? Okay, this is to be vetted. So suppose if it is given to the outsiders at the TVs, the report to be vetted by the project appraisal group. TV, so what is the timeline for the technically viable agents to submit the report within 10 working days and PAG to vet within 3 working days. Report is valid for 6 months. Can be revalidated for another 6 months by the authority who approved the original report. If these questions come, don't miss it. That's why I given that. So the examiner also used to give, which is not correct, which trick the odd man out. TEVs to submit the report within 5 days. So PAG to approve within 6 days. So all are odd man out or none of these. So that is why the numbers are also given here. So now the modification. So projects up to 250 crore, circle head will permit, and HO power accounts, respective authorities will permit. Now, in HO Circular 223/25, this year a modification has come for TEV. So, if the project cost is more than 250 crores, it can be permitted with TEVs. Earlier, it has to be given maybe for the PAG. Now, if the project cost is above 250 crores also, it can be entrusted to the that is TEVs. So, up to circle head powers, circle head will permit. So, HO power accounts, respective wing head will permit. So, we have been talking about that is entrustment of job to the TEVs. So, up to 250 crores, above 250 crores. Up to 250 crores, circle power account, circle head will permit or HO wing will permit. Now, this year, above 250 crores also, circle head has to permit, that is selectively, and HO power account, respective wing heads will permit. So, they have to give the report within 10 days, and PAG has to bid within 3 working days, 10 working days, 3 working days, and report is valid for 6 months, can be revalidated for another 6 months, who has approved the report. Okay, sir, any question is there? Okay, let us see the question, sir. Let us see the question, please. Okay, the question is there. So question number 7, sir. Question number 7 is there for you. Who is the authority to permit appraisal of term loan proposals with project cost of more than 250 crores to externally empaneled techno-economic viability consultants as per HO Circular 223/25. So above 250 crores. This has come only this year, 223/2025. RO and CAC and above authorities, who is the authority? So which is correct? RO and CAC and above authorities up to the delegated powers. No, that is not correct. Then circle and CAC and above authorities up to the delegated power, which is who is the authority. For HO power accounts, respective wing hands. For project cost more than 50 crores cannot be entrusted to TEVs. So here, if you see, all the options have come. They are not given straight away A, B, C, D here. So what they have got, they are not given, sorry. So they have not given straight away ABC. They have given 1, 2, 3, 4. You see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from this 1, 2, 3, 4, they framed the answer. The answer is, so answer, they are given the option for the answer, you see. Answer is A. A answer is a 4. So who is the authority to permit? They say answer is A. A is 4. Which is 4? Project's cost of more than 250 crores cannot be entrusted to TEV. So that is not correct. So what is that is answer A is not correct. Yes, answer is option is 4, which is not correct. So answer is B. So what answer B says? 1, 2, 3 all. What is 1? RO head. 2 circle head. So 3 for HO power respectively. So 1 is not correct. So 1, 2, 3 all is correct. It is mentioned. So that is also not our answer. So point number C, you see. 1 and 2 are correct. What is 1? RO head CAC. No, that is not correct. So C is also not correct. D. 2 and 3 are correct. What is 2? Circle head CAC and above. Circle head. Question number 7. Okay. Circle head CAC. What is 2? Circle head CAC and above authorities up to the delegated powers can permit about 250 crores. That is correct. For HO power accounts, respective wing heads can permit. Okay. So answer number D says, so 2 and 3 are correct. Yes, out of the 4 options, 2 and 3 are correct. Okay. Then what 4 says? None of these. None of these not correct means all of them are wrong. No. So out of the 4 options given here, option number 2 and option number 3 are correct. That means your answer for the question should be D. D is 2 and 3 are correct. So this is some possibility. Some of the examiners, some of the questions will be like that. They will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, they will draw the option A, B, C, D, E. So from there, you have to do the correct answer or you have to tick the odd man out. Okay, for question number 7, and so since you know the subject, so you know the options, which is the correct option out of the one option may be correct, or instead of asking straight away A, B, C, D, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is given. From there, we have been asked to choose A, B, C, D. Okay, that is also possible. That is depending on 100 questions you have to answer. Some questions will be easy, some questions will be tricky, some questions will be like this elongated. So they will see that the 100 questions in different forms you are answering within the time limit permitted. Accordingly, only they will choose the questions. Okay. Then, so now this year, there are a lot of changes have come in CGTMSE. Now, before that, this question, I will put the PowerPoint presentation. Sorry. Say, no, 171 by 2025 with regard to agriculture. So we have been discussing about the changes here and there. Verification of agricultural land records for all loans, irrespective of the amount, through online portal. So online verification of the agricultural records through online portal in some of the states, it has been permitted in the sub-registrar office. So what the branch officials have to do, besides you get the LSR, whatever it is, simple mortgage means RO head power, whatever you do. So we have to verify online the agricultural land records of the borrowers, which are going to take as mortgage for your loan. Creation of the charge, mortgage and agricultural land. So it has to be done through respective online portal wherever the facility is available. We have to create a charge or mortgage as agricultural land given to us based on the online portal. Preservation of the copy of the verification, charge creation on agricultural land along with the loan documents. As per HO Circular 171 by 2025, there are 21 states, union territories in the country have such a facility. If I am working in the branch, if I am the sanctioning authority, I have to ensure that. So whenever the agricultural lands are mortgaged, so by creating a charge, online portal, it has to be visited by me, by my officials, and verification of the charge creation and agricultural land along with the loan documents and a copy of the preservation to be done along with the loan papers. So this is one guideline, 171 by 2025. Then, as I told you, HO Circular 207 by 2025 talks about a risk rating for government-owned entities. Okay, risk rating. This is a new rating model introduced by the bank because the balance sheets obtained from the government departments are not as per a regular balance sheet. So to give benefits, to give benefits and whatever it is, a risk rating for government-owned entities, a separate risk rating model has been introduced by the bank. So as I told you earlier, HO Circular 139 by 2025, a risk rating under manual value model to be reviewed and validated by the executive overseeing assurance section in the RO or CO, depending upon the branch directly reporting to RO or CO as a pre-sanction exercise for all sanctions. all sanctions after review and confirmation of the risk rating only under the manual model to be sanctioned by the respective sanctioning authority. Like a pre-release audit, it is a pre-disbursement condition for risk rating under the manual value model. Manual value model means exposure above 20 lakhs up to including 2 crores. Small value model, exposure above 2 lakhs up to including 20 lakhs. Okay. Then, so CGTMSE. So credit guarantee trust for micro and small enterprises. So many changes have come. So we will see those guidelines today. CGTMSE cover. CGTMSE cover is available only for MSE loans, micro small enterprises. It is not available for MSME. So CGTMSE definition itself, micro small enterprises only. So it is available only for MSE loans. So MSE definition, micro small medium enterprise definition, the unremitted change, all of us know that is also there in the slide. For recollection, we will see. So cover is available. So till last year when we went, originally it was cover was available up to 2 crores. Maybe some years back it was enhanced to 5 crores. And last year when we went for the exam is also 5 crores. Now today the cover is available for a borrower. So up to 10 crores. So exposure up to 10 crores for MSME loans. Borrower is eligible for CGTMSE cover. Please note that the 10 crores exposure is not only from Canara Bank, from the entire banking system. Before covering a borrower under MSE up to 10 crores, we have to visit the search portal in the CGTMSE website and ensure that borrower is covered or not covered under any other financial member lending institution. They use the word, CGTMSE will use the word MLI, member lending institution. You have to ensure that the member lending institution, in no other member lending institution, he has been covered. If he has already covered, what is the maximum amount for which he has covered? So balance only up to 10 crores, he can be covered in our bank under CGTMSE. Okay, these are all the practical things which we should know. Already we are knowing. So, up to 10 lakhs cover is a must, whether CGFMU, whatever it is, no question of waiver. Above 10 lakhs, cover may be waived subject to collateral comfort for new and existing borrowers. Here only some explanation I am going to give. Keep in mind both your practical point of view as well as examination point of view. So HO Circular 175/2024 and it is modified in 515/2025. Friends, we know, so branches and MSME Sulabhs have come. All exposures of above 25 lakhs, MSME Sulabh takes care. So exposures with enhancement or new exposures above 25 lakhs, MSME Sulabh takes care. Below that, we take care. Okay, at the branch level, let's assume branches is having power to sanction an MSME loan up to 25 lakhs. Two conditions to be satisfied. Either the entire loan to be covered under collateral has to be brought, loan less than 25 lakhs I am talking. So 25 lakhs or below 25 lakhs, then branch can sanction an MSME loan. Then depending upon the branch power, the branch is having the power, depending upon the risk rating of the borrower. So less than 25 lakhs and below, a branch can sanction, need not go to MSME Sulabh, provided the entire loan is covered under collateral, or more than 50% of the loan is covered under collateral, the balance under CGTMSE cover. So hybrid. So if the collateral value is less than 50%, so branches cannot sanction. If there is no collateral value, entire to be covered under CGTMSE also, so branches cannot sanction. Let's assume a borrower is coming. He is asking a scale 3 in a branch. So less than 25 lakhs, I want that is MSE loan. So I will give collateral. So there is no question of CGTMSE cover because you do not have power to sanction. So please sanction me a loan. I will give collateral. So he is asking us, so I am going to do this business. So I want a loan of 20 lakhs, so which is less than 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs and above only has to go to MSME Sulabh or whatever authority you are having. So the loan amount is only 20 lakhs. I am going to go this facility. I am prepared to give you collateral. So how much collateral I have to give you when I want a loan of this much? When the borrower is asking, how much collateral we have to say? So those things we will see in the presentation. So modified CG, so that is given in HO Circular. What I told you now is given in HO Circular 515/2025. Modified CGTMSE guidelines like cover, C, claim percentage, etc. are told in these circulars. This also I put wherever required in this presentation. Please go through these circulars also. We have some time, no? You get some points also. CGTMSE cover may be waived. So you want to waive the CGTMSE cover, take the collateral, and you want to give the loan. Then in that case, so to the prospective borrower, a new borrower is coming, he is asking for a loan, and he says, I will waive CGTMSE, I will give collateral. How much collateral I have to give? When the borrower is asking, so it is then in such a case, so respective sanctioning authority, RSA's respective sanctioning authority can permit, that is complete waiver of CGTMSE cover and sanction the loan. So if the branch is having power up to or less than 25 lakhs, so they can sanction the loan by waiving the CGTMSE cover. So what is the condition? So if it is, the loan is a term loan, the loan is a term loan, so that is purchase of land and building, or purchase of land and building, or in the existing building construction is going to take place. So we are sanctioning a loan, MSE loan, either for a purchase of land and building, or in the existing land, a construction of the building is going to take place. You know, whenever you purchase a land and building under the MSE loan, or whenever you are constructing a building under the already existing plot, we will do mortgage of these properties. Okay, we'll do either we take it a primary security, or you take it as a collateral security, whatever your guidelines say, but we go for mortgage of these properties for construction of a building or the existing land, or purchase of land and building, for everything, either prime or collateral, we do mortgage. So in such cases, so now when the borrower comes, when he says, I want to waive 100% collateral, I'm sorry, I want to waive that I want to bring collateral, I don't want any CGTMSE guarantee cover. In such a case, how much collateral the respective sanctioning authorities can take and sanction the loan? Then we have to see what is the purpose of the loan, whether the loan is for the purchase of a machinery, or the loan is for purchase for working capital, where hypothecation is only done out of the bank loan, that is hypothecation. But whether a mortgage has to be done out of the bank loan or out of the existing property, in such cases, what is the collateral he has to bring? When it is hypothecation, what is the collateral he has to bring? So we have to see the purpose of the loan which the MSE borrower is asking us. If he is asking for these things, where a mortgage has to be created, let us assume he is asking a term loan for 100 lakhs, where construction of building is going to take place. So then what is the collateral comfort we have to ask for waiving the CGTMSE? 125% of the sanctioned limit in the above form. So 125% of the sanctioned limit, you will ask either a primary or collateral where mortgage has been put through. So 100 lakhs term loan, for these purposes asked, we have to ask for 125 lakhs collateral. The 125 lakhs collateral can be in the form of a primary security, or if the primary security is not sufficient, then you ask for additional collateral in the form of a vacant land and building, or approved securities, to ensure that there should be 125 lakh security for 100 lakhs of term loan, wherever the term loan is for this purpose. On the other hand, if he is asking a term loan or working capital, whatever it is, so if the loan is for working capital, term loan means, so where hypothecation is the purchase of a machinery, or working capital where stocks, or working capital plus term loan. So whenever mortgage, 125%. Whenever there is no mortgage, the primary asset is hypothecation of the assets created of the term loan. If you want to waive the CGTMSE, what is the collateral he has to bring? There, if the primary security itself is sufficient, 125%, don't ask for any other collateral. That is already primary and collateral put together only should be 125% of the loan amount. So already if the collateral primary security, that is purchase of land and building or construction itself, 125% it is going to come, don't ask for anything additional, primary itself. If the primary security is going to be less than 125%, ask for additional collateral in the form of land or approved security, etc. Coming to, that is whenever a loan is given for a MSE borrower, when the assets created is only hypothecated, so we are not going to do any mortgage. In such cases, we have to ask the borrower to bring collateral to the extent of 100% of the loan amount. See, if the loan is for if the loan is so it's not going. Yes, if the loan is for the working capital or term loan, working capital plus term loan, where hypothecation of the fixed assets and current assets are only involved, no mortgage. The borrower provides immovable securities in the form of vacant land and building, and approved securities to the minimum extent of 100% of the sanctioned limit. When the borrower provides this, so we have to ask the borrower. For example, I have given the example here. You see, 100 rupees, 100 lakhs is a term loan. What is the purpose of the term loan? The term loan is not for construction. The term loan is not for purchasing land and building. The term loan is purchase of a machinery. When the machinery is given loan out of purchase for the bank loan, we do only hypothecation. So when this type of loan is given, we have to ask for, and then the borrower is asking 100 lakhs term loan for purchase of a machinery. He is also asking 25 lakhs working capital towards current asset. So the total loan we are going to sanction is 125 lakhs. So in such cases, he has to bring to the total loan amount equivalent to 100% of the total loan amount as collateral. In the collateral, besides the prime security, which is hypothecated, what is the collateral he can bring? He can bring in the form of a vacant land, or he can bring in the form of a vacant land or land and building or approved securities. To the here we are sanctioning a loan of 125 lakhs to the extent of 125 lakhs. That is 100% of the sanctioned amount he has to bring, and we have to put a mortgage on that approved securities. No question of a mortgage. For 125 lakhs, 100% security comfort, that is 125 lakhs over and above the hypothecation of it created out of the bank finance. If he brings a vacant land or land and building, put the mortgage. If you use approved securities, make a lien. Whatever you are telling, whatever the concepts your bank is telling, we do it and we give the loan. So what I want to drive home is, when the respective sanctioning authorities want to waive the CGTMSE cover, then we have to see what is the collateral the borrower has to bring. It may be anybody, MSME, Sulabar, or CO, or branches. What the collateral the borrower has to bring, whether 100% collateral or 133% or 125% collateral. So how much collateral the borrower has to bring over and above the prime security. If the loan, then we have to see what is the purpose of the loan. If the loan is for construction of a building or purchase of a land and building, where the primary security itself we are going to do mortgage, in that case, ask the borrower to give 125% collateral. In the collateral can be in the form of a prime security or in the form of other vacant land, etc., etc. It should be 125%. Both prime and collateral put together. So in the case of the loan is given only for where the assets created is only hypothecated to the bank, then we have to ask for 100% collateral on that loan amount, either in the form of a vacant land or land and building or approved security. So the purpose of the loan is important to decide how much collateral he has to bring when the CGTMSE guarantee is waived and the respective sanctioning authorities can sanction up to the delegated power. Okay, sir. Now, in the case of a composite loan, you see the table here. So he wants 75 lakhs term loan for purchase of land and building. So in that case, he has to bring for purchase of land and building. So when he wants 75 lakhs, I told you 125% collateral has to be brought in the various forms, vacant land, security, etc. So 125% of 75 lakhs he has to bring. So because he is purchasing a land and building, 93.75 lakhs. So term loan 25 lakhs is asking for purchase of machinery. 100% of 25 lakhs he has to bring as the collateral besides hypothecation. And he's asking for a working capital for current assets. 100% of 25 lakhs he has to bring besides hypothecation. This is the way we have to calculate how much collateral the borrower has to bring, where we want to waive the CGTMSE guarantee for the MSE borrowers. Then vacant land accepted as collateral security, the maximum extent of 25% of the stipulated collateral comfort in terms of value, provided It has clear demarcation and boundaries with approach roads and is approved by a competent authority, statutory body, approved by government and the SARFAESI compliant. Borrower is rated low, normal, and medium risk only. We can waive CGTMSE cover. Is based on the latest balance sheet should be available. If the existing borrower, suppose this is for the incoming borrower. For the existing borrower, what the guideline was telling 175 by 2024. Let's not confuse. For the existing borrower, the existing guideline, earlier guideline continue. But if the existing borrower seeks an enhancement in limit, or he wants additional loan, then we got to see what purpose the loan is asked. Accordingly, we go by 515 by 2025. Okay, if the existing borrower seeks enhancement in limit, so or additional exposure should necessarily be covered under the same guidelines in respect of collaterals as applicable to the prospective borrower. Land on which construction is proposed shall be considered as land and building, as building shall be constructed out of the bank's finance. Hence, the clause of a 25% stipulated security comfort with respect of vacant land shall not be applicable in such cases. Okay, sir. Then MSC's 174 by 2025 talks about MSC's transgender entrepreneur shall be eligible for concession of 10% in the standard rate of annual guarantee fee and higher extent of guarantee coverage of 85%. The above is applicable from 1/3/2025. The revised guarantee cover and percentage is given in the next slide. You see, so CGTMSE, depending upon the various sectors, micros in northeastern region, women, transgender, and Z certified MSCs, etc. The guarantee varies. Minimum guarantee cover is available 75% and maximum guarantee cover is available for 90%. So it starts with 75 and ends with 80, 90. In between, various segments are there, depending upon the credit facility up to 5 lakhs, more than 5 lakhs, up to 50 lakhs, more than 50 lakhs, up to. So earlier, so this is the transgender from 1/3/25 it was introduced, and earlier women enterprises was having only 85%. Now that is also enhanced to 90%. So cover of 5% more for MSCs, more than this 5%, 90 more than 5% is available. MSC is situated in credit deficient districts. So credit deficient districts declared by the government of India. So more than 90%, 5%, 95% cover is also available. So this is the present cover, which is told in HO circular 868 by 2024 and then repeated 174 by 2025. Then, so 175 by 2025 talks about MLIs. As I told you, used the word MLI, member lending institution. Member lending institutions can apply for guarantee cover at any time during the tenure of the loan. We misread, so we can go in for covering the claim, provided covering the facility, provided the credit facility is not restructured, remained in SMA2 status in the last 1 year. This sentence you should know. So at any point of time, we can cover the credit facility, provided the credit facility for which we are going to cover is not a restructured facility or it has not remained in SMA2 status in the last 1 year from the date of submission of the application. Accounts classified as fraud, willful default is not eligible for claim settlement. Okay. Accounts slipped to NPA within 90 days from the material date shall not be eligible for claim. Material date means the date in which, so the cover is the account is covered under the CGTMSE. If the account is slipped to NPA within 90 days from the material date, so claim settlement will not be possible. So in these cases, if it is not done, you can cover the account, and then these accounts claim settlement is not possible. And NPA within 90 days from the material date, so claim settlement is not possible. Credit facility sanctioned without obtaining primary security unless specifically provided will not be eligible for cover. Annual guarantee fee to be paid for all live accounts. Which are all the accounts annual guarantee fee to be paid? For all live accounts, excluding the accounts for which claim has been lodged. That means NPA accounts also, if you are not at lodged with the claim, you have to pay the annual guarantee fee. Now, what is the annual guarantee fee? So if you see, so the CGTMSE cover is enhanced to 10 crores per borrower, for MSC borrower from the entire banking system. So last year when we saw the slide, we saw only up to 2 crores. Now it has become above 2 crores, up to 5 crores, above 5 crores, up to 8 crores, above 8 crores, up to 10 crores. So the minimum guarantee fee standard rate. So yeah, over and above the standard rate, the premium also will be loaded in that. What is the premium? So depending upon, so this is the standard rate only we have seen. The additional load factor varies from bank to bank. So what is the premium? What is the premium we are going to charge for a borrower account? So it depends upon the loan amount and depends upon the earlier what was the rate and current what is the rate. It is only a standard rate. So we cannot tell to a borrower 0 to 10 lakhs is a loan amount, 0.375% the premium we will charge on the loan amount. No, sometimes it will be something more than the 0.37 also. So what is that something? So it varies from bank to bank. Two things are there. One is, so depending upon the NPA portfolio of the MSE covered loans under CGTMSE, what is the NPA percentage of the bank in respect of CGTMSE covered accounts of the bank? One more point also will be taken into account by the CGTMSE. What is the claim payout ratio in respect of MSE covered accounts in under CGTMSE in that bank? If the claim payout ratio is more, all of you are aware. So maybe for the retired people, your IBA policy rate from bank to bank, it undergoes a change. Why? Medical health policy. If the claim payout ratio is more, the premium rate will be more. What is the claim payout ratio? So last year, how much claim we have been made? Similarly, the credit guarantee fund also says this is the standard rate applicable to all banks. They have told if the claim payout ratio is beyond this percent, this is the additional rate to be charged with the standard rate. Similarly, that is the NPA ratio is more beyond certain level in the what is the NPA CGTMSE covered accounts in member lending institution, the rate will be more. So this is the standard rate. The standard rate underwent a change in these two in this current year in the latest circular. Earlier it was up to 2 crores, it was 1.20, now reduced to 0.85. All of you are aware till last time the cover is available up to 5 crores. So last time up to 5 crores, the standard rate is 1.35. Now it is reduced to 1%. In all other things which was earlier, it continues to be the same. And above 5 crores up to 8 crores, above 8 crores up to 10 crores introduced in the current year, the rate is 1.10, 1.20. This by heart we should know. We cannot help over that. Then, so okay, let us quickly go through. Let us quickly go through the questions, sir. With regard to 2-3 questions are there under CGTMSE. Okay, question number 8. Question number 8. 1 minute. Right? Which is correct in respect of CGTMSE? Credit guarantee trust fund for micro enterprises, which is correct. The question is which is correct with regard to CGTMSE. Point number 1. Cover is only of MSE loans and for loan amount up to 2 crores per borrower from the entire member lending institutions. Correct. Exposure up to 10 crores. Accordingly, the word instead of loan amount, you say exposure. If the borrower avails rupees 100 lakhs for 100 lakhs term loan for purchase of machinery and 25 lakhs for working capital, he has to provide immovable securities in the form of vacant land and building and approved securities to the minimum extent of 100% of the sanctioned limit. Correct. So I told you, if you want to release if you want to waive the CGTMSE cover, if you want to waive the CGTMSE cover and go for 100% collateral, this is the I think the wording to be to properly change it there. So if the borrower wants provide collateral and avails a loan of 100 lakhs loan for purchase of machinery and 25 lakhs for working capital, he has to provide immovable securities to the extent of 100% of the sanctioned limit. That is correct. When you are going to waive the CGTMSE cover, the minimum and maximum guarantee cover available is 75% and 90%. One exception is that is credit deficient districts, 5% more, let us forget it. So normally, minimum guarantee cover available is 75% and maximum is 90%. Member lending institutions can apply for guarantee cover at any time during the tenure of the loan, provided the credit facility is not restructured, remained in SMA 2 status in the last 1 year from the date of submission of the application form. That is also correct. Question number 5. Guarantee fee to be paid for all accounts, including NPA and claim lodged accounts. Let us see the option. Option is A. So which is correct? 1 to 5 all are correct. Option B. 2 to 5 all are correct. C. Only 2. Second option is correct. D. Except 3 all are correct. E. A to D. None of them are correct. A to D, none of them are correct. Answer is A to D, none of them are correct. So which should be our answer, sir? A to D, none. So what is A? So you have to see here, A to D, none of them are correct. So A, 1 to 5, 1 to 5 all are correct. Whether 1 to 5 all are correct, see, point number 5 is not correct. You see, guarantee fee to be paid for all accounts, including NPA and claim lodged accounts. So for claim lodged accounts, we need not pay guarantee fee, isn't it? So in this, out of the 5 statements, 4 statements are correct. The 5th statement is wrong. They are not directly asked which statement is wrong. From the 5 statements, they are made 5 options, A, B, C, D, E. Then from that option, they are asking which is correct. So now from the 5 options given to you, you have to select which is the correct answer, which is the correct option. So A is 1 to 5 all is correct. No, 1 to 5 is 1 to 5 all are not correct. 5 is wrong. So you cannot choose A answer for this question. Question number B, 2 to 5 all are correct. No, 5 is not correct. So you also cannot choose B. C, only 2 is correct. Not, there is no only what which is correct with this. What is the 2? If the borrower avails 100 lakhs term loan for purchase of machinery and 25 lakhs for working capital, he has to provide immovable securities in the form of vacant land, building, and approved securities to the minimum extent of 100% of the sanctioned limit if the borrower wants to waive the CGTMSE cover. Okay, so see, okay, that there is some confusion, forget it. Point number D, you see, except 3 all are correct. Except 3 all are correct. So, so we say except 3 all are correct. No, 5 is not, again 5 is not correct. In this point, only 5 is not correct. See, which is correct? So A is not correct, B is not correct, C is not correct, D is not correct. What is E? A to D, none of them are correct. A to D, and so one here what I have mentioned, only 2 is correct. So something else is also correct over there, no? So I have mentioned here only 2 is correct. My question is whether 1 to 5 all of them are correct? No. 2 to 5 all of them are correct? No. Only 2 is correct? No. Some of them are also more correct. Point number D, except 3 all are correct? No, 5 is not correct. So A to D, none of them are correct. So A is not correct, B is not correct, C is not correct, D is not correct. So your answer should be, the question is which is correct. A to D, none of them are correct. So A to D option given. So here 5 is not correct. Instead of bringing directly that 5 point, they are put under various options A, B, C, D, E. So according to me, so A to D, none of them are correct. You cannot say A is correct. You cannot say B is correct. You cannot say C is correct. You cannot say D is correct, because all of them are not correct. So my answer for that, if this is the option given with the available option, I will choose E. A to D, none of them are correct. So which is correct? So here 1, 2, 3, 4 all are correct. Only 5 is not correct. Because claim lodged accounts, no guarantee fee to be paid. It is straight. If they are given straight for clerical to officer, they make you straight. But for us, so this is some type of complications will play into picture. So please understand. If you understand the logic, you will answer the question. I need not tell you. You see, question number 9, which does not match. It is a negative question. Which is an odd man out, which is irrelevant. Anyway, they will ask. Which does not match correctly with regard to annual guarantee fee in CGTMSE for loan amounts. More than 50 lakhs up to inclusive of 100 lakhs, 0.60% standard fee. I told you what is the annual guarantee fee standard. So 5 crores and above 8 crores, 1.10%, which does not match. More than 1 crore up to inclusive of 2 crores, 0.85. More than 2 crores up to inclusive of 5 crores, 1%. All match correctly. Question number 9. Question number 9, your answer should be, I'm also having the answer. Answer is B. What is B? Which does not match correctly. What is B here, sir? 5 crores and above up to 8 crores, 1.10 is given here. 5 crores and above up to 8 crores. What is the guarantee fee? We'll see. 5 crores and above up to 8 crores. What is the question given here? 5 crores and above up to 8 crores. Yes, 5 crores and above. My answer for my question is, that is question number 9. Question number 9. What is B? What is B? B is 5 crores and above up to inclusive, which does not match correctly. 5 crores and above up to 8 crores, 1.10%. Let us see, sir, whether which is correct. 5 crores and above, it is correct, no? You see here. What I have given option, if you see it seems to be correct. I also got confused. You see option number B, rupees 5 crores and above up to 8 crores, 1.10. What the table says, you see, more than 5 crores up to including 8 crores, it is 1.10. Just if you see the options given there in your PDF file, 5 crores and above up to 8 crores, 1.10, we say it is correct. But it is not 5 crores and above, it is above 5 crores. Above 5 crores up to 8 crores, it is 1.10. So suddenly one question will come like that. If you feel that, you may correct just like that. In between, if you read the line, you will find out. So it is not 5 crores and above, it is above 5 crores and up to including 8 crores, 1.10. So which does not match correctly? Answer B. So B does not match correctly. The correct answer is above 5 crores up to including 8 crores. Okay, that is 1.10. Answer for question number 9, answer is B, does not match correctly. Okay, now let's go to the presentation, sir. So 1 or 2 questions only I could make. I don't want to spend time more over that. So because you know the subject, you will answer with the authority. All of us are aware bank as having now we are having a Vijaya Lakshmi portal. Now earlier to that, bank have a special scheme. Even if you are also having with the premier, the students who are studying in the premier educational institutions in the country, they are eligible for educational loan up to certain level without any collateral. Guardian may join. If they are not guardian, if they are major, they themselves can sign with certain conditions are there. There are 3 types of institutions: institutions A, category B, and category C. Category A gives loans up to 50 lakhs students who are studying in category A institutions. So earlier, if you see, today, as per HO Circular 626 by 2026, which has come last month, so the number of institutions which are covered under Vidya Torrent in Canara Bank is only 66. Earlier, we used to have 226, 250 institutions. Many of the institutions are now shifted to Vidya Lakshmi portal. So 66 institutions are there under Vidya Torrent. So they are categorized into 3 category of category institutions: category A, category B, and category C. We have 2 institutions, 10 institutions, and 54. If they ask the question, you should not miss it. That's why I brought here. Latest circular 626 by 2025. So in Group A, students studying in Group A, they will get 50 lakhs maximum without any collateral. Category B, up to 40 lakhs they will get. Category C, up to 30 lakhs they will get. So this is the institution. Now what is, we have a question over there. We have a question over there. You see, as per HO Circular, question number 10, sir. As per HO Circular 626 by 2025, there are 66 institutions covered under Vidya Torrent, which is the odd man in respect of Group A institution. Now we should know which are all the institutions coming under Group A. Only 2 institutions, no, we should remember. So which is the odd man out with regard to Group A. IIT Kharagpur and IIT Madras, no, they are not in Group A. IISc Bangalore and AIIMS New Delhi, no, they are also not in Group A. Jipmer Pondicherry and AIIMS New Delhi, they are also not in Group A. IIM Trichy and NIT Jodhpur, they are also not in that is Group A. IIT Delhi and IISc Bangalore, they are also not in Group A. So which is the odd man out? A, 1 to 5 all. They say 1 to 5 all, odd man out. Question number 10. A, 1 to 5 all odd man. Yes, all are odd man out. So A, 1 is not correct, 2 is not correct, 3 is not correct, 4 is not correct, 5 is not correct. So 1 to 5 all, which is the odd man out. 1 to 5, all of them are odd man out. All of them are wrong. All of them are irrelevant as per your circular. So B, 1 to 4 all, no. C is also not correct. D is also not correct. None of these also not correct. So 1 to 5, all of them are odd man out. And which are all those 2 institutions? So if they know, so we should also know the 2 institutions. Up to 50 lakhs we cover. There are 2 institutions, premier institutions in the country, which is ISB, that is Mohali, and ISB Hyderabad. Those 2 institutions are coming under Group A, for which we give maximum 50 lakhs without any collateral. ISB Mohali and ISB Hyderabad, that is not available in the groups given here. So your answer is A, 1 to 5, all of them are odd man out. Okay, sir, we'll quickly go through the presentation, maybe another some time. Okay, sir. Okay. Now revised definition of MSME with effect from 1/4/2025. All of you are aware. Micro in unit means investment in plant and machinery or equipment. It does not exceed 2.50 crores and turnover does not exceed rupees 10 crores. We bring under that is micro enterprises. Small enterprises investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 25 crores and turnover does not exceed 100 crores. Yes. Medium enterprises investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 125 crores and turnover does not exceed 500 crores. Revised definition of MSME. Only MSE loans are covered under CGTMSE. Then, so LEI. So LEI, okay, from this year onwards, all exposures, parties are having exposures of 5 crores and above, 5 crores and above from the entire banking system. So it is not a legal entity identifier, is not applicable for individual borrowers, irrespective of the exposure they are having. Legal entity identifier is applicable to borrowers who are other than individuals, which are coming under the entity category. That is, for example, your partnership firm, a company, a trust, etc., which are not in individual names. If the exposure is 5 crores and above to the entities, they are covered under LEI. They should have an LEI. Exposure means what? Exposure means exposure both fund based and non-fund based, both fund based, non-fund based, both working capital and term loan from the entire banking system in India, and also any exposure from the All India financial institutions, and also their investment exposure. So again, I repeat, legal entity identifier is applicable for exposures of 5 crores and above from 30/4/2025. Exposure means not only working capital and term loan exposure from Canara Bank. So working capital and term loan exposure, both fund-based and non-fund-based from the entire banking system, plus exposure from all India financial institutions, plus investment exposure of these entities are also taken into account for the exposure of 5 crores and above. Exposure from 5 crores and above. So for an entity, you can find out from that balance sheet or from the CRILIC report. If they have 5 crores and above, investment exposure, you can see from the balance sheet. If it is more than that, all the parties have to submit the LEI, legal entity identifier. So that's why I mentioned exposure for both fund-based and non-fund-based from the entire banking system, all India financial institution, including their investment exposure, not the revised guidelines for obtaining LEI for non-individual borrowers. Non-individual borrowers, exposure of 5 crores and above as on date from 30/4/2025. All these people should have an LEI, legal entity identifier. It is a 20-digit alphanumeric unique code assigned to entities by Legal Entity Identifier India Limited for entities in India, a subsidiary of Clearing Corporation. It is valid for 1 year from the date of obtention. The update branches are supposed to update the LEI code along with the expiry date in CBS SIM 17. For some cases, they have to update in SIM 66 also, as per HO Circular 78/2025. Helps to find out the exposure to a party to appear in the first page of the office note placed to the sanctioning authority. New borrower entity will not be entertained without an LEI as per the schedule from 30/4/2025. Renewal enhancement including ad hoc without LEI. LEA shall be incorporated in the first page of the office note placing to the sanctioning authority and also first page of the sanction letter. So this is with regard to LEI. There is a question on LEI. Quickly, let us go through question number 11. Which is not correct with regard to legal entity identifier as per HO Circular 296/2022. This is the base circular, sir. The latest base circular was 296/2022, and which has been some of the additions have come in 10/2025 and 78/2025. So the latest base circular 296, please go through if you have time. You have time till 11/10 October. Then reiterated in 10/2025 and 78/2025. From these circulars, I have made the presentation. All borrowers other than Hindus, so which is not correct, which is an odd man out, which is irrelevant, which is not in our circulars. So all borrowers other than individuals, with the exposure of rupees 5 crores and above from the banking system and other all India financial institutions should have LEI with effect from 30/4/2025. Okay, so this should be into investment exposure. You also take investment exposure also, sir. I have missed by for typing investment exposure. Okay, to be updated in CBS Fast Path SIM 17 and SIM 66. So both the circular 10/2025 or 78/2025 talks about SIM 66 also. Valid for the financial year in which the LEI is obtained. The exposure includes fund-based, non-fund-based, and investment exposure from banks, All India, and I have brought it here. So All India Financial Institution. So which is not correct. If you see it, according to me, point number C is not correct. So Form 15G and 15H is valid for one financial year, the current financial year. Whereas the LEI obtained 20-digit alphanumeric obtained by the legal entity identifier is valid for 1 year from the date of obtention of the LEI. So which is not correct? Here I have given valid for the financial year in which the LEI is obtained. No, it is not the financial year. Valid for 1 year from the date of obtention of the LEI. So question number 11, answer is C. Question number 11, answer is C. One, then we will go to, sorry, why this is coming? Okay. Which is the correct guideline? Question number, sorry, why we should go to question number 12? Okay, now we'll see question number 12. Straight away we can go. Okay, we'll see. So, any other question? Question number 12, sir. Question number 12, it is in my presentation. That we will see that. What is the correct guidelines in respect of periodical obtention of encumbrance certificate as per HO Circular 223, your latest credit policy, sir? So, in HO Circular 94/2024, if I am correct, the circular, HO Circular 94/2024, what is the number I will see? HO Circular 98/24. So, periodical obtention of Encumbrance certificate was brought out by the bank, documented by Canara Bank in HO Circular 98/2024, which was reproduced in the recent credit policy 223/2025. When branches has to obtain periodical valuation. Whenever a property is taken as a prime security or collateral security for a loan account, there is a retail loan or agriculture loan, MSME loan, when we have to do the periodical valuation. Similarly, when we have to get the periodical encumbrance certificate, whenever a property is taken as a prime or collateral security to a loan. So it has been documented by Canara Bank in HO Circular 98/2024. What the guideline says, let us see. Which is the correct guideline? Question number 12. Which is the correct guideline in respect of periodical obtention of encumbrance certificate as per HO Circular 223/2025 in respect of properties mortgaged to the bank irrespective of the exposure at the time of renewal with enhancement. So which is correct? Which is the correct guideline? It is being asked. What is told in 98? What is told in 223? Clubbed, I have given the answer. Point number 2. At the time of valuation of the property during RBIA, risk-based internal audit, to be obtained for all loan accounts, including NPA accounts, once in 36 months. Accounts covered under legal audit are exempted. Were option. So there are 4 options, 5 options are given. From there, we have made A, B, C, D. Okay. So according to me, so I will tell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is correct, which is not correct. Then we will give the answer. So point number 1, at the time of which is the correct guideline? At the time of renewal with enhancement, no, that is not the correct guideline. At the time of valuation of property, no, that is periodic. We are talking about periodical obtention of encumbrance certificate. Point number 2 is not correct. Point number 3, during RBIA, no, that is also not correct. So what is the correct with regard to guidelines of respect of periodical obtention of EC? 1, 2, 3 are not correct. 4, to be obtained for all loan accounts, including NPA accounts, once in 36 months. That is correct. That is correct. Point number 5, accounts covered under legal audit are exempted. That is correct. So, which is the question is which is correct? Out of these 5 options given to you, option number 4 is correct. Option number 5 is correct. So now let us go to the answers. Answer is made from that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 option. Answer options are made A to E. Let us see what is A. A, only 4 only is correct. No, 4 only is not correct. 3 and 4 are correct. 3 and 4. No, 3 and 4 are not correct. 4 and 5 are correct. So 4, that is when we have to take, so periodical obtention of EC to be taken. So first we give the loan. Before sanctioning the loan, you take the EC. Then after the MODDT is put up, you take a broken period AC. From the date of broken period EC, once in 3 years, we have to take encumbrance certificate for all accounts, including NPA accounts. Only one category of accounts is exempted for taking periodical encumbrance certificate. That is accounts which are subject to legal audit. You know, exposure of 5 crores and above, so you are subject to legal audit. What is legal audit? At the time of regular inspection, exposures of 5 crores and above. So originally the exposure is 5 crores and above. It would have been reduced to 2 crores at the time of expansion. So even those accounts, what I want to say is, once an exposure of a party is 5 crores and above, and if it is mortgage, if it is backed by a mortgage, legal audit to be conducted to that account till the account is closed, even though the liability comes below 5 crores during the regular inspection, the risk-based internal audit. For those, because at that time, we take second LSR from another panel valuer, we take what is called a perfection of securities, etc. Because for legal audit covered accounts, legal audit covered accounts means exposure 5 crores and above parties. For those accounts, which are backed by mortgage, for those accounts, we will not take periodical encumbrance certificate. Otherwise, once in 3 years, we have to take periodical encumbrance certificate, and when it has to be taken, including NPA accounts, accounts covered and legal audit are not covered. Which is correct in this point. C should be your correct answer because 4 and 5 are correct. Okay, sir? You see? EC, broken period EC. First you take the EC, then broken period EC. Once MODDT is over, broken period EC is over. So perfection is over. From that time, your 3 years starts. Okay. Periodical EC, H198/2024, all accounts, including NPA accounts, excluding accounts covered under legal audit, has to be obtained periodical EC. The periodicity is once in 3 years. This is with regard to unique document verification number. Okay. So this is already in existence. I need not tell you. UDIN number. Whenever any report, either balance sheet or chartered account certificates for additional capital, anything you ask the borrower, he gives a certificate given by the chartered accountant. So that certificate should contain the UDIN number. So once the chartered accountant gives the certificate to us, so they have to upload the certificate given by them into the website of the Chartered Accountant Institute of India by using their password. They upload and they give a certified copy to us also. Whenever a borrower brings any certificate given by the chartered accountant, including the audited balance sheet, we have to log in to that particular site, and when we put the UDIN number, the same report should be available there. The replica should be there. With regard to audited balance sheet, besides checking in the website, we should also verify in Ministry of Company Affairs. All the three should tally. What I am having the audited balance sheet, what is uploaded by the auditor in the UDIN ICA's website, Indian Chartered Accountant Institute website, and the Ministry of Company Affairs, which is uploaded, all the three balance sheets should tally. So this is with regard to UDIN. It is not old, it is not new, it is already old. So then, and that's 258/2025. I want discuss with you with regard to disbursement of loan proceeds to the dealer. So four-wheeler loan, let's assume. This is with regard to four-wheeler loan. So you know how we can disburse the four-wheeler vehicle loan to the dealer. So that is if the sanctioning authority. So normally for the four-wheeler loan today, RAH are the sanctioning authority, or it goes to RO beyond certain reason, etc. So for disbursing the four-wheeler loans under retail segment, again I repeat, for disbursement of retail loans for disbursement of four-wheeler loan, vehicle loan, for disbursement of four-wheeler vehicle loan under retail segment, in the sanction, the respective sanctioning authority has to give a specific permission to disburse the proceeds through RTGS or NEFT. Okay, I think RO is having the vendors list, whatever it is, you can disburse. Again, I repeat, under the retail loan segment, four-wheeler loan, the sanctioning authority has has to specifically permit disbursement of the four-wheeler loan proceeds to the dealers through RTGS or NEFT. So what certain precautions are there? The UTR number, everything we have to preserve. If the sanctioning authority does not specifically permit disbursement through RTGS or NEFT for retail four-wheeler loans, branches to disburse only through DD. Okay, that is very clear. Your guidelines are clear. 258/25 says, with regard to four-wheeler loans other than retail lending, we are under MSME, four-wheeler loans we will give, or agriculture, some four-wheeler loans we give, which are not categorized as retail lending. Whenever the four-wheeler loans either under agriculture or MSME is sanctioned other than retail lending, the disbursement should be only by way of DD only. So sanctioning authority does not have power to permit distribution of the four-wheeler loan either agriculture under retail agriculture or MSME other than DD. If we want to disbursement under through RTGS or NEFT four-wheeler loan under agriculture or MSME, GM, CGM, HOCAC only has to permit irrespective of the loan amount. Again, I repeat, retail lending, four-wheeler loan, disbursement normally by DD. If disbursement required by RTGS or NEFT, sanctioning authority has to specifically permit. After following all the guidelines, disbursing authority can disburse through RTGS or NEFT. With regard to four-wheeler loan under agriculture or MSME, sanctioning authority does not have power to give the power to disburse the loans through RTGS or NEFT. The disbursement is only by DD. If we want permission to disburse under RTGS or NEFT for four-wheeler loan under agriculture or MSME, which is not categorized as retail, then sanction will be done by the appropriate sanctioning authority. Specific permission to be in place from CGM, GM, HOCAC. HO Circular 258/2025. Okay, sir. Then, so this, we are not discussing sanction terms and conditions, acknowledgement, EMI, due date of EMI, that is your key fact statement, etc. The penal interest and all has been removed now. We have penal charges, so this is already over. So let us not spend much time over there. Okay, now this is one thing, safekeeping of mortgage papers. So the SOP, borrower is having the loan paper and the borrower has given the mortgage papers. How to keep them very safely? What is the method of stitching them, keeping them in the file, pusti file, etc., is told in HO Circular 240/2023. We are not going to discuss. Now, latest circular has come in 109/2025. Now we know periodical inspection or fairly balancing. So, or fairly balancing of loan papers and mortgage documents, including the closed loans where the mortgage documents not yet released to the borrowers. So, offerly balancing of loan papers and mortgage documents, including the closed loans where the mortgage documents are not yet released, has to be periodically, that is balancing to be taken by branches. The periodicity is offerly and also before at the time of commencement of risk-based internal audit. These guidelines are told in HO starting from earlier also. The latest circulars were last year 266 and 600/2024, and we have latest some modification in 109/2025. Let us see. Orderly balancing of loan papers and mortgage papers, including closed loan which are yet to be delivered to customers, to be done on 20th of February and 20th of August, and also during risk-based internal audit. So then branches to submit reports by 28th February and 31st August to RO for branches coming under RO and otherwise to circle office. RBIA officials, overseeing executives and concurrent auditors to verify during their visit and confirm. RO to depute. So this was that till last year, and 600 for 2024 and 266 that was there. Now that has been discontinued. We should know what is discontinued. RO to depute officials not below scale 2. Originally they told scale 3, now they reduced to scale 2. To cross-verify by 25th February and 25th August, and also they have to submit a report. But that has been stance withdrawn, that is modified in 109/2025. So branches only have to confirm. There is no need for somebody is coming from the RO and verifying it. Branches to confirm that has to be again reconfirmed or re-verified during RBIA and also by the overseeing executive. Besides that, during RBI at the commencement of RBIA, balancing to be taken. So this is a submission of reports. Branches to submit the reports as per Annexure 1 of the circular 600/2024 to operation sections either RO or CBO. So the format of the section GL balancing is out of the purview of this circular. GL balancing is out of the purview of this circular. Okay. Then we also know that is release of original documents mortgaged to the bank and as per the LSR, which is there in the LSR, and also clearing the charges created in the registry should be done within 30 days of the loan is closed. If the bank is not done that, so bank has to pay a penalty of 5,000 rupees per day to the borrower. If on the other hand, if the documents are lost, branch should take steps to that is to collect the documents, to get a registered certified copy or a duplicate copy depending upon the sub-registrar office guidelines and make available to the customer within 60 days. Within 30 days, if it is not cleared or if it is lost, duplicate is not given within 60 days, bank has to pay a penalty of rupees 5,000 per day to the borrower. On the other hand, if customer has not collected it from the document, closed document from the bank, so bank has to collect a fine of 500 rupees per month from the customer. With regard to gold loan packet, 200 rupees per month from the customer. Let us see any question before going to ECOY rating. Let us see. So with ECOY rating, we will try to finish it today, sir. It is already getting delayed because lunchtime has come. So question number 13, you see, sir. Question number 13. Question number 13, we are seeing which does not match. Again, you see, which does not match, which is an odd man out, which is irrelevant, which is not correct. These are all the negative questions. So when there is a negative question, your answer also should be a negative answer. What do you mean by negative answer? Negative answer means the answer which is not in our circulars. That is called a negative answer. Negative question, negative answer you have to give. Okay. Which does not match with regard to timeline for verification of loan and mortgage papers as per HO Circular 109/2025, read along with 266 and 600/2024. 20th February and 20th August and during RBIA balancing to be taken. That is correct. The question is which does not match. Submission of report to RO CO by branches 28th February and 31st August. RO deputy officials to cross verify and submit 25th February, 25th August. None of these, all of these. So which does not match? Point number C does not match. That stands withdrawn in 109/2025. All other things continues. Okay, sir. Then. So you see, now you see, at this point, I think I have not told you in the presentation. By seeing the question, you can answer. Question number 14. A partnership firm availed a loan from the bank. Question number 14, we are seeing, sir. A partnership firm availed a loan from the bank. The loan is closed and all direct and indirect liabilities are cleared. Bank could return the document within 25 days of closure of the loan, but satisfaction of charge with the SARFAESI was done on 40th day of closure of the loan for reasons attributable to the bank. Okay, so there is a delay on the part of the bank. So documents are returned on 25th. So within 25 days from the date of closure, but charge, the satisfaction of the charge, either with the company account means registrar of the company, or MODT cancellation with the sub-registrar of office, or charge SARFAESI charge registration with the SARFAESI. So bank has filed for clearing the satisfaction of the charge. Bank has filed. You have to file. That's all. You have to file. So we have to release the document within 30 days. We have to file satisfaction of charge with whomsoever it is, either with your SARFAESI or with your SARFAESI or with your company, register of company. We have to file the charge satisfaction of charge. So we have to do both within 30 days. And subsequently also they may clear the charge. That is not our botheration. Within 30 days, whether we have applied for satisfaction of charge. That is the criteria. So what the bank has done, within 25 days, they have given the closed document, mortgage documents, no problem, no penalty to the customer. But they have applied for satisfaction of charge was done on 40th day of closure of the loan for reasons attributable to the bank because delays on the part of the bank. What is correct with regard to payment of compensation to the borrower in the instant case? Sir, rupees 50,000, rupees 5,000, rupees 60,000, none of these. So here, I want to tell you, when a mortgage documents in respect of a personal loan of an individual, so when a personal, so this compensation of 5,000 rupees per day is applicable only when the loan documents are not returned within 30 days of closure, or satisfaction of charge is not filed within 30 days of closure of the loan in respect of loans, personal loans of individuals. That's what RBI guideline, your circular also says. So if the loan is given to a company or partnership firm or entity, HUF, trust, etc., there also within 30 days or within 60 days, we have to return it or we have to file a satisfaction of charge. So if we are not able to return within 30 days or 60 days, then there is no question of compensation of 5,000 rupees per day to the borrower. The compensation of 5,000 rupees to the borrower only applies in respect of individual personal loans. In all other cases, time norm is there, same 30 days or 60 days, but no question of compensation of 5,000 rupees per day. Now you see the question. A partnership firm, this I have not explained that. Now I have explained to you now. A partnership firm availed a loan from the bank. The loan is closed and all direct indirect liabilities are clear. Bank could return the documents within 25 days of closure of the loan, but satisfaction of the charge with SARFAESI was done on 40th day of closure of the loan for reasons attributable to the bank. What is the correct with regard to payment of compensation to the instant case? So you know, if it is a normal individual borrower, you have filed satisfaction of charge only the 40th day. So 10 days delay. For each day of delay, 5,000 rupees per day, 50,000 rupees you would have paid. Since it is a loan of a partnership firm, there is no need for paying a compensation of 50,000 rupees to the partnership firm. Answer is none of these. Question number 14, answer is none of these. Don't calculate 10 days delay. For 10 days, 5,000 rupees per day and 50,000 per day. You have to see for which type of borrower. It is a partnership firm. Individual borrowers for personal loans only. This is applicable, not for other category of borrowers. Okay, so question number 14. Then, so question number 15 also related to that. We'll see. After clearing all direct and indirect liabilities, if customers are not collecting the loan documents within 30 days, so it is individual borrower or any other borrower. If customers are not collecting the loan documents within 30 days, charges to be collected is rupees 5,000 per day, rupees 5,000 per day, maximum 5,000, rupees 500 per month, rupees 50,000 per month, none of these. Question number 15, answer is C. So if they are not collecting from us per month, we will charge 5,000 rupees. If it is gold loan packet, per month, we will charge 200 rupees. So question number 15, answer is C. Okay, now quickly we'll go through another 10 minutes as per my time schedule given by the organizer. I have another 20 minutes. Whatever maximum possible, we'll see, sir. Okay. Now ECOY rating. Every year, the ECOY. What is that ECOY? Expand the ECOY if they ask you 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, whichever category. So ECOY means external credit assessment institutions. Expansion of ECOY. ECOY rating, ECOY rating, ECOY rating. The external credit assessment institution. So points regarding external credit assessment institution already is there in the bank. Certain modifications has come in 215/2025 and also reproduced in credit policy of the bank 2223/2025. What is that? So last year, which are the exposures you have to entrust to ECOY? This year, which are all the exposures you have to entrust to ECOY after 215/2025 put in place? The exposure of above 50 crores, not the point. Exposure not 50 crores and above is not there. Exposure of above 50 crores, both fund-based and non-fund-based from our bank only. Exposure above 50 crores from our bank only to be ECOY rated. Last year, if I am correct, it is to above 25 crores, fund-based, non-fund-based from the banking system. So that is, you refer the last year circular, last year policy. I will also refer. But this year from 215/2025, exposure above 50 crores. So that is fund-based and non-fund-based, both working capital and term loan. And if the exposure is only from our bank, those exposures it has to be rated externally. The external credit assessment institutions will do the rating of those borrowers. Okay, the excluding one exposure is excluded out of the 50 crores. So exposures, that is excluding exposure which are fully secured by our bank deposit. Okay, 215/2025. So exposure above 50 crores, non-fund based and fund based from our bank only, excluding exposure against our own deposit. Okay. So last year, if the exposure is not externally rated, interest rate was there. What was the interest rate? Up to 100 crores exposure, above 100 crores exposure. If 100 crores exposure, 0.50 is additional interest. Above 100 crores exposure, 1% is the additional interest. Now it is modified. So if it is not rated externally, additional interest commission. In the case of a fund-based exposure, you take additional interest. In the case of a non-fund-based exposure, you get additional commission. So if not done externally, ECOY rated, additional interest commission irrespective of exposure to be charged as under 223/2025. That has come in your credit policy 223/2025. For fund-based limits, we have to charge additional that is interest of 0.50% per annum. For non-fund based facilities, we get additional commission of 0.10% per annum. So EDCAC is the authority normally to waive that is ECOY rating. Even though the EDCAC waives the ECOY rating, until otherwise the committee specifically permits the waiver of additional interest or additional commission, that has to be charged. The ECOY rate waiving authority has to specifically permit the waiver of additional interest or commission. Otherwise, that has to be charged to the borrower also. Then so I told. So this waiver is not a permanent waiver. It is valid till next review or renewal only. Here you see, I told you EDCAC is the authority to permit waiver of ECOY rating. Now, with regard to certain loan, circulated CAC himself can waive ECOY rating. What are the things? Accounts fully secured by state and central government guarantee. An account that the exposure is above 50 crores from our bank, if it is fully secured by central and state government guarantee, circulated CAC and above authorities, circulated CAC can waive ECOY rating for accounts up to the delegated powers. In the case of other accounts, EDCAC and above authorities only to permit. So in the case of these accounts, circulated CAC and above authorities up to the delegated powers. Additional interest of 0.50% for a fund-based facility or additional commission of 0.10% for a non-fund business need not be charged for non-obtention of ECOY rating for these types of borrowers. So now we have a change in 223/2025 and 215/2025. Exposure above 50 crore from our bank, both fund-based and non-fund-based, excluding exposure against deposit. If not, then additional interest of 0.50 irrespective of the exposure. Earlier, up to 100 lakhs, 0.50 additional interest. Above 100 lakhs, it was told in 1% interest. Now it has been changed in 223. Up to 50, up to that is whatever may be the exposure, the ECOY rating is not done. If it is non-fund based exposure, 0.50% additional interest. If it is non-fund based exposure, 0.10% additional commission. ECOY rating to be permitted waiver only by EDCAC and above authorities. Even if they waive, if they are not waived the charges, additional charges to be collected. In respect of secured accounts fully by state and central government guarantee, ECOY waiver can be done for those parties for accounts falling up to circle head by circle head CAC. Then respective authorities can do. They can also waive the additional commission of 0.50, sorry, 0.10 or 0.50%. This is told in your recent credit policy 223/2025. So ECOY accepted. So these are all the credit external credit assessment institutions, ECOY, which are accepted by bank, which are registered with RBI for domestic rating and abroad rating also. So Credit Analysis and Research Limited, it is an ECOY. CRISIL rating, CRISIL is an ECOY. India rating, it is an ECOY. Internal risk rate, sorry, a domestic rating agency. Then ICRA, it is a domestic rating agency, ICRA Limited. Acute Ratings and Research Limited, so it is an there is a domestic risk rating agency. Informix Valuation and Rating Private Limited, this is a domestic risk rating agency. Accepted. How many we are having, sir? We are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we have. We also have one more domestic risk rating agency. That's one change here. The sixth agency, that is 6, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have the seventh agency. The seventh agency is Brickwork Ratings India Private Limited. Till HO Circular 481/2025 was introduced. So from with effect from 10/7/2024. So before 10/7/2024, we cannot entrust the risk ECOY rating to Brickwork Ratings India Private Limited. From 10/7/2024, we can entrust the external domestic rating to Brickwork Ratings if the exposure is include up to 250 crores. But now, as per HO Circular 481/2025, the Brickwork Ratings is also like any other domestic rating agency. Irrespective of any exposure, the risk rating work can be entrusted to them also. So as on date, we have 7 domestic risk external credit assessment institutions which are approved by RBI, which are in our list where we can do external risk rating to the borrowers. In domestic rating, international risk rating agencies, Fitch, sorry. So Fitch Rating Limited, Fitch, Moody's Investors Limited, Moody's, Standard and Poor Rating Agencies Limited, S&P. Okay, now let us see the question, sir, with regard to that. Let us see the question with regard to that. Okay, see, which is the odd man out? Which is the odd man out? So the answer is CAR, Fitch, ICRA, ACUITE, INFOMERICS, which is the odd man out. Question number 16, which is the odd man out with regard to that is, these are all that is ECOY, External Credit Assessment Institution. See here, I say FITH is an odd man out because Fitch is an international domestic rating agency, whereas CAR is a domestic rate agency, then ICRA is a domestic rating கேக்குறதா? கேக்குறதா? அப்படியே இருங்க. நான் வந்து ஓபன் பண்றேன் ப்ரெசன்டேஷன். தெரியுதா? தெரியுதா? ஓகே. நீ ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேரிங் கொடுத்தீங்களா? எனக்கு ஜூம்ல எடுக்கவே இல்லை. திடீர்னு நீங்க போறது வருதா? ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேரிங் கொடுங்க. ஹலோ, ஹலோ.
சார் ஸ்க்ரீன் ஷேரிங் வரல.
இல்ல. அப்ப க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிக்கங்க. பாப்போம் நினைக்கிறேன்.
ஓகே. Friends, unable to screen share. So anyway, time is also 1:30. We will close the session for the day.
Afternoon you have.
Afternoon, there is a class on deposits and KYC. It will be started at 2 o'clock. Madam Parameswari Madam will be taking the session. Many people are asking about PPT and question papers. Everything will be shared by today night or tomorrow morning. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll see what is the issue here.
Sir, participants, you can leave the class. Sir, many people are thanking you. You can see the message. Since they are able to talk, you can see the messages.
Anyway, I'm not able to see you or something.
You can see the chat, sir. If you click chat, you can see all the messages posted by them.
Okay, it's okay.
So thank you, friends. You can leave. Please assemble by 2 o'clock. There is another session by Madam Parameswari. You all can join. Sir, Jagannath sir, ஏதாவது சொல்றது இருந்தா you can talk.
முடிஞ்சு போச்சு இல்ல? இல்ல இப்போ
Yes, sir.
இதுல இப்போ பாருங்க இருங்க ஒரே நிமிஷம் இருங்க.
Madam Nandini, you are asking for next session link. At 2 o'clock, you use the same session ID and password, you can join. Yes, sir.
இப்போ என் ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியறதா இது வேணும்?
Video தெரியுது sir. Sharing, I think it is not.
இல்ல இப்போ ஷேர்னு இருக்குல்ல, இப்போ நீங்க ஷேரிங் கொடுத்தீங்களா எனக்கு?
Yes, sir, available.
சரி.
இப்போ வந்துருச்சு.
ஓ, இந்த ஷேரை தட்டணும்னு வருது.
அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க என்ன ஓபன் பண்றீங்களோ that will be.
அதுதான் இங்க ஓபன் ஆக மாட்டேங்கிறதுங்கற.
Scale 1 to 2, how can prepare? Please follow all the classes. You will be able to attend the exam comfortably. சரி, இப்போ கீழே உங்களுக்கு டெஸ்க்டாப்ல என்னெல்லாம் ஐகான் இருக்கோ தட் யூ கேன் யூஸ் சார்.
ஒண்ணுமே தெரியலையே கீழே ஐகானே.
நீங்க அந்த மவுஸ் ஒன்றும் இல்லை சார். உங்க வாட் யூ டு டூ இஸ் அந்த டாஸ்க் பார் கீழே போற மாதிரி பண்ணணும். அது நீங்க லேப்டாப் கூட கொண்டு வாங்க சார். நான் இவனை பாலாஜி விட்டு பண்ணி தரேன் சார்.
பண்ணி சார் நாளைக்கு எத்தனை.
எஸ், அது கீழே மவுஸ் கொண்டு வந்தோடனே இட் ஷுட் டாஸ்க் பார் ஷுட் ஓப்பன்.
அதுதான் வரலங்கிற.
Windows taskbar is not opening for you, I think. That is the problem. Alternatively, you can use Alt tab. Recorded video will be uploaded by maximum tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Alt tab use பண்ணா.
Yes, sir. நீங்க அந்த லெஃப்ட் சைடு ஸ்கிரீன் செலக்ட் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
இதே நம்ம சுத்திட்டே இருக்கு. Your screen sharing. Okay. இது லீவ் மீட்டிங். இது சின்னது. ஓஹோ, ஒரு வாட்டி இதே வரணும்.
now open sir.
இப்போ ஓபன் ஆகுது இல்ல? அது என்ன மெத்தட்னு கண்டுபிடிச்சு வச்சுக்கிறோம். அப்பதான் ஒரு பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஒரு வாட்டி வர மாதிரி வருது. ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் தெரியுதா?
எஸ் சார்.
இது தெரியுது. இது தெரிஞ்சா அடுத்தது எம்சிக்கு. நான் இந்த இதையும் போட்டு விட்டுறேன் பவர் பாயிண்ட். இந்த கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் நேற்றே அனுப்பிச்சிட்டேன் உங்களுக்கு.
ஓகே, நான் அதுவும் ஷேர் பண்ண சொல்லிட்டேன்.
நான் பவர் பாயிண்ட் போட்டு விடுறேன். இது தெரியுறதா இப்போ?
ஆட் மேன் அவுட்.
இது ரெண்டும் வருது, மாறி மாறி வருது. அதுதான்.
இப்போ நீங்க எப்படி மவுஸ் ஆபரேட் பண்றீங்களோ
சேம். இப்ப டாஸ்க் பார் இப்ப தெரியுது.
அதான் அந்த டாஸ்க் பார் வர வைக்கிறது தான் நீங்க பார்க்கணும். விண்டோஸ் டாஸ்க் பார் இஸ் அந்த ஓபனிங்ல தான் ஸ்மால் ஹிட்ச் இருக்கு.
அதான் நான் சொல்றேன். ஜூம் ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டு ஓபன் பண்ணி வச்சுட்டேன். அதுக்கு மேல ஒன்றும் போகவே மாட்டேங்குது. ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் மீட்டிங், ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேரிங் மீட்டிங் கண்ட்ரோல். இது என்ன? இது ஜூம் ஒர்க் பிளேஸ்னு ஒன்று வருது. ஜூம் ஒர்க் பிளேஸ் ஒர்க் லீவ் மீட்டிங் சொல்லுது. இப்பெல்லாம் தெரியுது, இப்பெல்லாம் கிளீனா தெரியுது. சரி, நான் பாக்குறேன்.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே,
நீங்க சாப்பிடுங்க. ஓகே
ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ.
நான் ஜூமை டவுன்லோட் பண்றேன் முதல்ல.
ஜூம் ஆக்சுவலி இருக்காம தெரியுதே சார்.
இருக்கு, ஆனா அது போனாலும் ஜூம் இது நோ சொல்றது. நான் பாக்குறேன் என்ன பண்ணணும்.
ஓகே, ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே.
Sir, people can leave. I will be closing the session. Venkatesh, you can leave the session. All of you can leave the session. I have to stop the session. You can join again after 2 o'clock. I am ending the session.